Jen the Pen is in the building, ladies and
What
gentlemen.
up, nigga Genesis?
Hey, sugar.
What up?
What up,
Hey,
Juan?
Smirk.
Shamirk.
Hey, Jen.
What's up,
Hey,
Warren?
Sia. How you doing, mama? Hey, sugar.
Good.
D-Rock on the block is back. Good to hear your voice, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you. Good
That's
to
what's
see
up.
you.
What's going on, sis?
Hell, doing it, resting in my femininity.
I hear you. That's what's
Resting
up. Don't hurt yourself.
Right, I'm cleaning up, y'all. I got a new mop head with the attachments. Y'all don't understand. That's how. Listen, y'all. Anybody ever want to do something nice for me? Buy me something to clean the house with. I would be so happy with you.
Oh my God, isn't it wonderful?
Jenna cleaner.
Man, buy me a year's supply of Fabuloso. Boy, you about to get something good tonight, boy. Don't play
Girl,
with
you
me.
know when I came
Fabuloso.
out here, that is,
They gotta buy
it is
no more.
everything.
Buy me
Okay.
a juicer.
Okay, buy me an appliance. Listen, give me a good vacuum cleaner with some good
Really
suck
nice
to it.
steam mop. Oh my god.
Fellas, do y'all hear this
Oh
shit?
my God.
Steam
None of them
mop. Don't
said.
play
Hold
with me,
on.
boy. That's
on,
an
hold
orgasm waiting to happen.
Hold on, Jen, because you always spilling all over the panel, right? So watch
Sorry.
Oh
this.
my God.
Watch this. So, fellas, y'all heard what all these women up here pretty. Y'all heard what they just said. Not one of them said a fucking bag. Listen, bro, because y'all niggas are spinning narrative. All they want is material bags. They want cleaning supplies to do what, fellas? Clean, my nigga. Oh,
I mean, what am I gonna do with a $7,000 Birkin bag?
Bag.
Like, what?
Put all my cleaning stuff in
Put
it.
it in the
and
closet because
my
you don't
laundry.
want to wear that shit every day because you don't want to
Whatever-
tear it up.
Exactly.
Okay.
That go to the shoes, the gear. That go to all that. When you buy all that
shit
shit,
just sit in
perfume,
dust bags. Sit
you
in dust
finna
bags.
clean the house. I'm finna smell like awesome. You finna buy me some Gucci perfume. Where am I wear that to? I'm finna smell like awesome and bleach. Like, what do you mean? You want to do something? Buy me a year's supply. Some shit I ain't gotta buy no more.
Hey, that's a sexy smell on a woman, though.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm about to say awesome for
Yeah,
Fabuloso and some bleach, honey, with a little bit of Glade in the air, honey, with a apple pie cooking in the oven. Quit playing with me.
Right.
You know what
She said, hold on, I'll take a Birkin.
You right. They do appreciate the value. So the Birkin specifically, yeah. But all
Oh,
the other
okay,
shit,
yeah. Okay, all the other shit, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
got
obviously,
the
if you're gonna
Gator.
have some value later, get you something that makes sense. But
I'm
don't be
saying
just
the cleaning
buying
supplies
shit
gonna
'cause-
help you start your business. Don't you got your business cleaning the shit? Yeah, that's gonna work
yes, but I mean,
Yeah.
just in general, like we the ones who gotta buy all that stuff all the time anyway to keep everything around you
Right.
clean. So if you buy it,
I'ma
if you
keep you
be like,
stocked up.
babe, right, you be like Amazon, you just be delivered. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna
for
be
you. Yeah,
moist.
delivered tomorrow
Not
morning.
delivered every
5 a.m.
2 weeks when I run out.
Shit.
And the little toilet wise, please don't play with
Come
me.
on,
Please
man.
don't play with me.
Fellas, if y'all ain't picking up on this shit, bro, hey, bro,
Well, I
good
am.
luck. I don't know
You
what
have
to
a
tell you.
good listen. I don't
it's
care how
funny.
tired I am. I will service and cook for you. You could let me have an Amazon box every 2 weeks on time. Quit playing with
The
me.
house smell good when you walk in
Smell
the door,
good.
bro. All I need is you to have my blunt roll, and I'm
That
cool.
dinner gonna be fire on this fucking.
That dinner gonna be fire too.
This faucet. Yeah, like what?
You're gonna be smelling fabuloso. You're gonna smell a little tweed in the air. Behind that, a little lasagna and some French bread, some garlic
There's
bread.
nothing better than a good knife. A nice,
Hey.
solid, sharp ass knife. Oh my gosh.
Oh, don't play
fellas,
with me,
fellas.
Shanika. I'm about to do it right here, y'all.
Cutlery.
Don't buy me no
y'all. Come
cutlery
on.
now and some pots and pans with the little rubber on the bottom with the
on.
balls that don't spin when you mix it. Don't play with me, Shanika. You're gonna get married right now.
Man, I bought some expensive ass pots and pans about a year ago. I forgot the name. But I'm
Ooh,
going down
don't
there
play
to
with
tell
me
you.
with them pots and pans.
They got
and the
this
bowls.
gas
Ooh.
stainless steel piece at the bottom of the skillet. I guess so it don't. Man, that shit, boy, them hoes. Truth.com.
Even the ones with the handle that come off and you just switch the handle. You don't even gotta
Caladon.
switch the pot. You just
You
switch the
buy
handle.
me, you buy me
Yeah,
that
D-Rock. It's something like that. It's
Buy
something
me
like that, D-Rock.
X-Swag,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
telling you, like, you
Yeah,
just,
I bought them hoes, huh?
You're through. You're through.
Yeah.
Don't play, you
Fellas,
through.
once again,
That's top
now
tier
hear
right
this
there,
shit.
I'm telling you.
Now,
Guys,
one
if
bag
you-
spoke upon. They want cutlery, nice.
Now you want to
pots and shit.
spend $1,000 on some shoes, or you can spend $1,000 on some dishes and some pots and pans, some sharp ass knives, and some forks that match. There you
Come
go.
home with that Hicks clad. Yeah, you
Ooh, that
But see-
Zyrex
but
set.
see-
Don't play that
You better
Zyrex
be down.
set so I could cook some bacon stuff. Ooh, don't play with me in
And
that
see,
Zyrex set.
depending on the answer, that's how you pick the woman that you need to be with.
There
Because
you
there's
go.
only two types. One of them gonna want you to do something productive with that money, and one gonna want you to buy something that she ain't gonna care about in 2
Yeah.
days.
Facts.
Shanika
believe
said, it's
that,
gonna
too.
end up in the back of the closet.
Yeah, come
Right,
on, bro.
'cause that
You
Chanel
gotta worry
bag,
about your safety wearing a Birkin.
D-Rock, that
gotta worry about
Chanel
your
bag with the
safety.
fur on it can only go so many places. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be running around in my jogging pants and my leggings half the time because I'm gonna be,
Right.
you know what I mean? So when you gonna really
Right.
take that bag out? Because we
You
waiting
gonna
on
get
you
hit
to take
upside
us
your
out.
head for that motherfucking bag.
We waiting on you to
Man,
take us out in
Jen.
it. Okay.
Jen, why I bought that happened
But
to
you
me.
ain't
I
lying.
bought a pair of fucking YSL shoes and
And
never
go where?
fucking water shits, and then they got too small, and I ended up giving them to my fucking cousin.
Okay.
Right.
Wait,
I got a Coach bag, Coach shoes, and a Coach shirt. Now I've not worn the Coach shirt, the hoodie yet. I don't know why he bought me the sweatshirt, but he bought the shoes. The shoes don't even go with the shirt. Like it's two different things. You know what I mean? So
But
even
he didn't-
that.
Look, so how
But he
you
just
gonna-
saw Coach and he was like, "Ooh, a hookup! Like I'm
Come
gonna hook you
on,
up."
man.
I appreciated
You
it.
gotta get a man some type
I
of
love
appreciation.
Coach.
I love Coach. I
Coach.
carry my
Y'all
Coach
tweaking.
bag,
That's
but
diabolical.
Coach is
But
a
his
really
dude
good
is-
quality. Like y'all
you
tweaking.
do hit differently when you do know, like it's not. I'm walking around every day with that bag and how much it costs. Like it's not, you could have done
See,
something
you
else.
ungrateful, bro. I ain't have to do
I'm
a
just
bitch
saying
ass
for
thing.
every
How
day,
come I
every
can't
day
just give you the
wear.
bag? How I can't just you don't wear
But
that
you don't
shit
need to
every
be
day.
walking around with
You don't
$600
wear
with you every day.
designer every day.
Okay, so back to the point that it's sitting in the in the
So why
closet
you
waiting on
stressing
you.
about it then? So
That's-
why
you
you
coulda
mad
bought
at
me
the
some
nigga because
cleaning
he bought you some
supplies.
live shit? Fuck all that clean supply bullshit. Nigga bought you a live ass bag and you over here complaining.
But
I'm
that's
not
what
even complaining.
bro,
I'm
I
just
did.
saying that
I did that as
I
a
can only
test to
go so many
myself.
places.
I know,
Lord
but
Jesus,
I did that shit as a test to myself. I got an ungrateful bra, some Coach shit because it was on sale because I worked at Macy's on the markdown team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Ooh.
fuck that,
Oh
boy.
no, you was
Boy,
the
you the
hookup. You was the
You the
plug. Why
Oh
you?
You the
God.
plug.
You not
I
grateful?
ain't
You the
gonna
plug.
lie,
Mace?
boy.
That's my soul.
Yeah, you
Super
got the
soul.
wrong one because that would have been baby. What you got? Listen, what's on sale this week? Because you the plug.
Yeah. So
Macy's in Nordstrom.
Okay.
now I'm the plug. Now,
If you getting at the discount store, yes, you.
yeah. So I'm saying I got to be giving some discount for me to be that man. Ain't that a bitch?
Oh, you was already the man when you came
Nah,
home.
that sound like some bullshit to me.
It's bullshit that you was already the man when you came home.
Jim. Mm-mm.
I like my little Coach stuff. I'm just saying I can't wear it everywhere,
Nah, I'm
and
just
I
saying
you
though.
know.
She didn't know I
Now,
got
see,
it for
I'm
a
aware
good deal.
of it.
She didn't
I'm
know
one
I
of
got it for
those.
sale. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, she ain't know.
Yeah, I
It
hid
don't
the fact.
matter.
I know that's the point though, Drip. I hid the fact that I actually
Oh.
got it on sale. So
Right.
I'm like, yeah, this is how much this particular item costs. But then you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like I say, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's it. You ain't
Oh,
getting
no, that
nothing
ain't me,
with it
though.
or- So it was like,
No.
nah, I know who I'm dealing with though. I'm like, shit, that'll
Hold
be the
on.
last time.
Did you get her the bag or did you get her the bag in the wallet?
No, I just bought her some shoes. I
Oh,
caught
okay.
some-
Because
yeah,
I'm
I
like, you
caught some
can't get the
Coach
bag
shoes.
without the wallet, but the shoes, that's fine.
So wait, I'm a victim of not buying the bag and the wallet. I had to go back and buy the wallet. That was some bullshit.
Yeah,
I ain't
You
gonna
didn't
Yeah.
know you was supposed to get the bag and the wallet.
And
The lady
That's why
at
they
the store
mad.
told me that at Saks. She told me, and I was like, "Yeah, you trying to play me? You trying to get to upset?"
No, that's why they match. They
I
go
got the
together.
bag, no wallet. Had to go back because I seen the face expression. I say, "Oh,
Bag,
Why
no
you
wallet.
think, why you
Let me
think
go
I got
back.
the shoes, Drip? Because they already match. They got the left
Man.
one that match with the
Oh,
right
no,
one.
That's what I'm saying, D-Rock. My shoes,
That's a
my,
good
I'm
one, G.
saying my shoes match my bag, but the shirt don't match. So I just don't. I know he was
Right.
trying to do his intention, but he didn't like it's a hoodie, so I really, I can't wear it, but only certain time of the year. So I was just like, okay, man, I see your intention because he was on it with the shoes and the purse and the wallet match, but I was just like, what am I gonna do? I can't wear this hoodie, but so many times a year, And it's that white, it's that new white, So
But it's
you know
not
what I mean?
made for you to wear every day, G.
I know it's not made for every day, and that's why I said I was giving him credit because I see his effort. But I was just like, babe, I appreciate you. And then I had to school him just like I did with y'all. Get me a air fryer with the 2 handles.
Mm.
Give me a ninja. Oh.
Yeah, that shit
Mm.
$450 too. I know everybody.
Ooh, don't play with
Ask
me.
me how I know.
The air fryer that got 2 levels that you could cook 3 different
You-
things in it. Ooh.
Yeah, you can do a
Okay.
rotisserie in there.
Ooh, Jesus. Yes.
Yeah, it does everything. That's a mini oven, really. Like that thing does everything.
Yeah, it's meant to.
Yep.
You
replace
right? Do you
the
think
oven
that make the
with
women stop cooking? All these
No,
old
Nah, it'll
air
make them cook
fryers
more.
and shit.
Mm.
No, it'll make them cook more.
Because now we can
Because
cook stuff that usually took a
make it
long
more-
time in the oven faster.
And it makes it convenient. you
And
know
it's
what I'm saying?
healthier
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not deep frying everything.
right.
So you know,
I think
before
it
you
just-
couldn't even make an
I think
apple
it cuts
pie. And,
y'all. I think
no,
it
because
cuts
before
y'all.
you couldn't bake nothing and then bake something else. Right now, if you was gonna have a baked dinner, you cut it wait and then you got to bake your dessert. Now you can put your you can put it in the air fryer or in the Ninja, and then you can still use the oven. So it gives you more
Right.
places to use. You know, before everything was done. And remember Thanksgiving? Oh, back in the day, everything was done on that one stove, and you had to wait for one eye to be done, something to be done to start cooking something else. You got to wait for the oven to be done with that, to start cooking something else. But now you got the
And
air
they,
fryer. You got 2 different kind of air fryer. You got a Ninja. You can got so with 3 things
got
going
the
at
Ninja.
once. It still got an oven and a
Yeah,
microwave.
yeah,
like
but
the
yeah,
one with
the
the
air
double
fryer
door.
is technically it's a stovetop oven. It's no
Yeah.
different from cooking
Well,
on
my-
stove. It's just you
My
can,
Ninja make smoothies and shit. I ain't got no air fryer Ninja. I got a Ninja to make smoothies and shit.
So now you
Yeah, I
got
got
that.
that
So now
stuff
you can
too.
make all your original sauces. You ain't got to buy no sauces. You got to kind of be that's like a food processor.
Yeah,
You
I
can
got
make
the
all
one,
your
and it
original
come with
sauces.
it come with the dough maker and everything. Like I got the
Mm-hmm.
whole-
So you can make pizza straight up from the scratch. You can make the sauce, the dough, and then cut your own vegetables, grind your own
Yes.
meat up, and you can make
Yes.
everything because that you got all them devices now, and then your oven's
Yeah.
still open to be cooking in.
And you making your own marinara.
And you make exactly. That's why I say you can make everything. You already gonna cut the vegetables up. You got your cheese. You can make your dough. You can make your own marinara. You make your pizza from straight scratch. And while you still got an oven, you still got space to cook because you got the other stuff helping you.
Right.
Hold
Oh,
on
yeah.
real quick, y'all. Let me do this because everybody. So the next topic, real quick, so we can just kind of get this over with.
JD said check your phone.
Oh shit! Single
Hey, Lord
women
ADS.
shouldn't be voting. What you think about that, ADS? I mean, Lord Jesus, not ADS.
I'm
D-Rock.
gonna say wait.
ADS in the chat.
What that ADS though?
But wait,
no,
that sounds like some shit
check it
ADS would be going against though. But go ahead. Go ahead, D-Rock.
Oh
He said,
Lord. Wow.
single women shouldn't be voting.
Correct. Do you think that single people? We're not gonna say.
I was gonna say,
single
why is
women.
it specific to women? I was
Yeah,
gonna
do you
ask
think
that.
single people should not be allowed to vote.
Well, I had to tailor my answer based off the question, but since it's gonna be single people, then it just goes back to basically how it was back in the day. Shit, you had to be married and be a functioning part of society to have a vote. Because a lot of people don't have the same interests, and if you're single, if you don't want kids, you ain't trying to have a family, then a lot of the laws really don't even apply to you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hold on, y'all, real
why
quick.
you got a word to say? You know what I mean? Because it be the reckless single folks who vote for where they are pro-choice type shit. You
Let me-
know what I'm saying?
What
Hold
up,
on real
Just
quick.
Jay?
Hold on real quick. What up, Just Jay? Shout out to that boy JD 1975 for the Apple Pay. Appreciate it, my guy.
Peace. Salute.
Slego JD 1975. Slego JD 1975. Slego JD 1975. Jib it.
Mhm.
Not him looking like Magneto. I mean,
Mhm.
not Magneto. What's the other one?
From Power Rangers. What's his name?
Professor X.
Zordon.
Professor
X.
X. Oh, Zordon.
Oh,
See,
Zordon.
that's what I was
Zordon
thinking
from
of.
Power Rangers.
Zordon. I was thinking of. I said
Glad.
Magneto. I was thinking of
Yeah.
I was
Zordon.
thinking the same thing. You got JD looking all superhero-ish.
Hero.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, babe.
Oh, he did look like Professor X in the other part. Yeah, that one little animation.
Creative. Do some
Yeah.
shit like that with JD. You know what I'm saying?
So single people, because I was thinking the same thing you were saying, D-Rock, like you just gonna go back in time to when we couldn't vote. So we're going back to it. So, but single people are not voting because we're going to vote against our interest that is in benefit to a married person. Is that what they're saying? So like we're going to vote on something and it's going to change for people who have families?
Bro.
Yes.
Is that what they're trying to say?
Yes. Juan said, this is against my interest, but I think you not only need a family to vote, but you also need your own land.
Right. Something else that single people don't usually try to be, concerned with.
With is right, families and land and property and mortgages and stuff like that.
But that's that reminds me of the argument where they talk about like, the homeowners in a particular community. That's why they have the homeowner association. Like when everybody's renting, they don't really give a fuck about, the same things that everybody that's a homeowner would think about.
Real talk.
Right, but it's kind of like what you gonna? It's like the egg before, what came first. Like you can't. Everyone couldn't own a. See what I'm saying? It goes back to a time where everyone couldn't own a home, and then there was no other option, so someone had to be a landlord. So go back and take that away and make everybody homeowners and give everybody the same even opportunity to own a home, and then come back forward and say, okay, now you would about y'all voting. But we still hanging from a time where we wasn't able to even own a home at some 10 years ago, and then they've always been able to own homes, and then that wasn't based on being married, because when you was black you couldn't necessarily vote even if you had a family because you wasn't a homeowner.
But why y'all still holding on to that shit though?
No, I'm saying this is going back to that. Us not being able to vote because of that is literally what happened back in the day. So we going back. Okay. We're that right in itself taking us back there, because that's exactly what was happening before we got the right to vote.
But see, that's the thing.
As an example, he mentioned land.
But even then, Shamika, back then you couldn't own a home. You couldn't be a homeowner as a single person, even if you were black. Back then you had to be married, or that was the marriage. They were pushing for couples and marriage. So married black people wasn't able to even vote back then when they own a home. So there was that's going back to that kind of thing.
Right. But see, back then also the reason why they did it is because it made sense. Like it made sense because if you're a single person and you got land in the home, it could be taken from you. You know what I mean? A lot easier than if you got family, because family means that
they respected your legacy, right?
Right.
They respected that you were passing it down, and you had They had
a lot more people to contend with.
A lot more people, right?
It might be a small set of Johnsons over here. Like I might have moved over here with my old lady, and we built our little family. But I'm not the only Johnson boy. You got a whole bunch of Johnson boys throughout the county that you have to contest with. Versus me just being single, standing out here on my own.
Right, I see that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's back. Even that's why I say even for that back in that time, we're going back in time, because even back then you couldn't own a home if you were single, and then if you were single and if you was married and black, you almost you was just getting the right to do anything. So it's kind of like where are we going back in time for?
The thing. I don't know, because I think the thing is what was being missing is you ended up getting those rights by being married. You see what I'm saying? That was the whole thing. That's why it was so marriage driven, because like you said, you couldn't own this or own that unless you were married.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That means you got a reason to build now. So we're going to allow y'all to build because you have a reason to build now.
Right, but we also still had marriages out of the transaction for that reason, and then we have the whole other case of situations happening because people really didn't want to be together, but in order to get somewhere they had to be together.
Yeah, but see, and that's where all these laws had to be tweaked and things like that, because now you're talking about you forming a nation at that point. But a lot of the stuff, feminism taught women that the laws that were in place prior to the change was actually a bad thing. The reason why you had to be married to vote is because it was going to be one vote that came out of that household. It wasn't going to be a split decision. But see, now you're able to split the decision, and now you're able to cause a lot more chaos or confusion because
and you think
people
that's better?
People don't have a united vote.
But I don't think it's confusion. I think they're upset at the divide. They're upset that before I mean, what? Think about it in real life. Is like if you have a team of people, and if you're playing along with the rest of the team, long as you're on the other team, I know who my contender is. I know you can see everything. But the moment that you think you're the star, the moment that you stand out and do something, so I feel like some part of it is just that it's the change that whole change is bothering them.
No,
because otherwise.
Because see, the thing about it at the end of the day is about representation. Like when these political people come out, they represent a certain thing, and that's why if you notice the people that are in office, like they show what they do. They show off and showcase. They run their ads based off of I'm a family man. I have family values. You know what I'm saying? They push the family value narrative because you're trying to tell us or convince us that you coming from a place where you're not single-minded. Like a person who don't have a family, or a person that don't have, let's say, wife and kids versus a person that does, they shop differently. When they go to the grocery store, they have to buy for more than just themselves versus the other way around. So your mentality,
it's not a bad thing. It sounds the way you're trying to present it. It sounds like a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's a
everybody's not going to be.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but let me make it personal to me. If I don't have children or don't have no responsibilities, all it is just me going, me living my life in my house. I don't need 4 or 5 bedrooms. All I need is 1 bedroom. When I can fill up my refrigerator with bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I can do lunch meat and bread and cheese, milk, you know what I'm saying, a couple of eggs, and I'm good. I can't live that same way if I had a spouse and children that I also had to take care of. So it's a different mindset. And what I'm saying, when you got people that are voting for the same policies or the same policies that you're supposed to be voting on with a different mindset of you, then a lot of stuff they might say no to, you might actually be like, what you mean? No, we actually, that's something that'll be beneficial, and vice versa. So that's what I meant by
I don't know, that just sounds confusing.
How different would that be from, so I'm just trying to understand. I understand. So they're concerned, right? They're concerned that us single people that don't have children, that are not married, we're going to vote, and our interests are completely different, and our mindset is different, right? So, and the concern is, or the goal is to secure the household that has a single solid vote. So that kind of is, I don't know. That's like, okay, so you're telling me a woman in the household.
Hold on, just real quick. Let me preface it with, I'm not saying anything. I'm just trying to have a conversation based
right. I know. I'm saying, yeah. So I mean, it's a phrase, like, so you mean what they're trying to say is that woman that's in the household with the man, they're gonna vote one. Hopefully they're supposed to be on the same page, right? So in real life, they're supposed to be on the same page, but God forbid that the woman the concern, if I was married, would be if my husband is going to not vote or vote against something that would benefit me as a woman in the world that we're in. So because that would be something that, right? Because why would he vote on something that benefits women, even though he's married to one, and that it gives me the right to have a job. So he doesn't. All the men collectively think that women, shouldn't work, so they vote against the right to have a job.
Hold on, time out, because that's another thing or another way of thinking that single folks get to have that the person that's in the family don't get to have. The person in the family, he's thinking about his wife and his children. He ain't thinking about all the other females, because they can do what they want to do. In his mind,
but that would go for his wife and his daughters, the same right that the single woman had. So I'm not going to vote for the right because the single woman's going to get it. But when my daughter grows up, she ain't going to be able to get this right either, because I voted against it.
I'm not saying that, but that's
a household.
But that explains why the ideology is different. See, when you heard it, you took it and listened to it from a single person's POV. But I'm looking at it like, that's what the problem is, because the single people and the married people, being that they don't have the same really agenda at the end of the day, unless they want to be married, then they're not going to see eye to eye. because the married person is not going to see eye to eye with the single person, because what might benefit the single person,
That's not
the
true.
married, the family person
Well,
may
hold
not
on.
care.
We got parents.
Bella?
We got
What
right,
up,
but we
Miss
got
Bella?
parents and we have people around us who are married. And ideally, if you have parents that work together, then the idea of my mom going along with whatever my dad said, because the household has to be on one accord, and him going against something that would benefit her as a woman, which makes it harder for her as a woman. He's not thinking about the single woman. He's saying my wife can't go out here and do stuff because I have to vote on something as a household that's in favor of her. She can't go vote on it herself because we're not allowing that. So if we allow it, she can vote on what she wants to vote on, even if it's not for the same president. But for whatever reason, it's like, well, the household has to have the same vote, which is understandable. We understand that makes sense. But the question would be, okay, then is he going to vote against things that would go against his actual wife being able to function in the world because it's going to benefit single women? Oh, I don't want the single women to win, but my wife and my daughter, they can't go get a job if they wanted to work because I vote against that because the single women going to be out here working, and fuck them single bitches.
Oh, shit.
Is what I'm saying. So that's why I'm like, okay, so the household voting, we going back to that, and then what?
Hold on, Jim.
Wait, what?
You gotta let somebody rebuttal your ass.
I actually kind of want to shift it a little bit, if it's okay, and make it, instead of should single people be allowed to vote, because that sounds very controversial, right? And so maybe something more like, do life circumstances influence how people think about voting, or and how that affects our voting patterns, right? Because that's essentially what y'all debating. Like, is it beneficial for a husband to be in charge of the voting decision for the household? You know, with them being on one accord, and talking about things like how married people vote differently on things like maybe education because they have children, whereas opposed to somebody that's single may not necessarily understand it from that parental perspective, and they may not, vote in that same kind of way. And so, like, can we just shift it to a person's a teacher circumstances instead of just being single? Because I don't want to single out single people. If that's
oh shit! She said, "What if it's a teacher?"
That's a single person.
That what you said too?
Yes. Because like the idea, like the single people aren't family minded or don't think, not saying like, I know the different laws and things, but just the idea that single people may not be on the same accord as married people, to me sounds kind of, I don't know, that just sounds weird to me, because it's like, even in the household, like the husband and wife may not agree politically, but that didn't stop them from being together. And I don't think that would like cause chaos in the household. They're together because that's what they want, not necessarily like, as far as the man being in control of that for one vote, like you would think each vote should count. So why make the husband and wife one vote versus them being a separate vote? Depends on what they're voting for on, whatever is important to them. So that's why I'm trying to understand what's being said. But that was just a question.
Does having children or a spouse actually change how people vote? That's what I'm asking. Do you think that having children or having a spouse is going to change your perspective on how you vote?
I mean, I guess it depends on the person, because it may or it may not. You have people out there that don't vote and they have children. You have those that do vote and they have children. So I think it just depends on the individuals. But
so she dropped. But just to anybody else on the panel, so do you think that it's not necessarily going to change your perspective on how you vote, but maybe change how you prioritize those issues?
I mean, for
but
me,
D-Rod, do you think that your voting patterns change as a result of having
I didn't before I even had kids and a wife, I ain't even care about politics. I'm like, look at these monkeys in these suits talking about boring stuff.
Hell no.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay.
I wasn't studying it, like for real. I ain't care about that. But then when they started making laws that affected me personally, and they were like, "Oh no, like you should have voted for this because that's why they got these particular things in school." I'm like, "Oh, that's wild."
Well, that's crazy that the lower laws that affects you as a single person, but it's just not. I guess not. We don't pay attention to them because they work for us.
I'm not saying we don't. I can't speak for everybody. I could just speak off my experience. And like I said, as a single person, I was out here living my life, la vida loca. You know what I mean? Like I ain't give a damn about none of that law stuff. I was just trying not to break them.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I don't gonna say that for me to vote for me, I'm aware that other people have kids, and I don't want things to happen to kids. So just because I don't have any, I'm not gonna vote against a law that's gonna protect the child because I'm single.
Yeah, but I understand.
But that's crazy for them to say that I have that mind state I'm gonna go, lean a certain way because I don't have kids. So I'm gonna, vote against or not vote for something because I don't have kids. Like, that ain't my damn problem.
But see, this is why they ain't really want y'all to vote.
Right, that's what I'm saying. To think that we don't get to vote because some people don't care about your kids, but the ones who do, that's not fair.
No, it's not that, Genesis. What I mean by that is, you see how just even in this conversation, y'all added so many other irrelevant layers to it. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about it is, people back in the day, because they don't do it now, but people back in the day respected marriage. It was two people becoming one. You know what I'm saying? And like even now, when me and my wife we talk about politics, I'm like, who you like? You know what I'm saying? Like who laws or politics or whatever the case may be, who you leaning towards? Like it ain't no what they call a dictatorship. Like just as human beings, we supposed to be having these conversations. So it wouldn't be no surprise that, oh, you like such and such for whatever reasons. So it wouldn't be like, no, I'm making the vote and I'm the only one that's making the vote or whatever the case may be. No, two people who I guess got married, like JD said in the chat, you should be able to be on one accord. Like, why would I go to the ballot box without your input on this vote?
If I could just interrupt for just a brief moment, and make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe, and we 5 more donations away from reaching our goal. If y'all can help us out with that, it would be greatly appreciated. If not, again, that like button and that subscribe is more than enough. So for those of you that are just tuning in, you know what I'm saying, we might be ruffling the little feathers right now, but this is what made good conversation, in my opinion. So, we gonna talk about it. So we asking in general, does your life stage, right? Whether you're single, married, raising kids, does that change how you think about voting, right? Because we want to be absolutely clear in saying that voting is a fundamental right. It's not something that you earn or, any of those things. We're not trying to imply that anyone should be prohibited from the right to vote. That's absolutely not the conversation. So you could take the slander and the take all that shit somewhere else. That's not what we're saying. Voting Right Act of 1965. Okay, we're not saying that. Okay, all we're saying is on one side, we have the argument that people with spouses or children may approach voting differently because they're, because of those key changes in their life. We have them thinking more of long term or, whatever, right? And then on the other hand, you got the idea that, your relationship status or parental status doesn't define your stake in society, because single people contribute to society just as much as, married folks, if not more, because there's more people that are single and married. So we're not gonna, again, diminish the value, but, everybody is still equally impacted by policy, period. So a single person, still, there is an argument that it is necessary for them to have that opportunity. So that's what we are and what we're talking about within the conversation. Drop your opinions in the comment. You know what I'm saying? Let us know how you feel. If you like it, like I said, hit the likes and the super chat, and you do.
Quick question.
All right, so go ahead.
Hold on. Quick question. And this is for the single people. Single people, would y'all vote for? Would you vote for a law that says that every married person, once you sign this, every married person is gonna get $1,000 for the next 3 months? everybody who was married for a year prior to today will get $1,000 a month for the next 3 months. Would you, as a single person, sign that? Would you
Absolutely
approve
not.
that?
Absolutely not. Because you go out to explain to me why you getting that $1,000 if I can't.
Point proven. That's my
But
But
point.
that's me to say that they're not going to vote on
You just
something that
proved
would
my point.
benefit you as a
I
single
got bills
person.
just like you got bills.
So they wouldn't vote on it
Some
for you though,
bullshit.
because it doesn't benefit them. Same thing.
That's some
You know?
bullshit.
Bella
If it came
said,
across-
Go
Bella
ahead.
said single people may not care about little boys and little girls' bathrooms, but parents do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's crazy to think that
That's
you would
all I'm
not
saying.
vote on it or vote on something because you're single and you don't be like, well, I don't care.
I think that's
But you know what I mean?
diabolical.
That's crazy. Be like, well, I'm not gonna vote on
Yeah.
this because
But
I'm
Shanika
single
just
and I don't
proved
gotta
it.
worry about it. But why would you do that? That's a different kind of person that don't need a vote.
I know it's
They
a
need to be
it's
somewhere
a
else.
handful of people that's like that has that mindset though, Genesis. A handful of people. We talking about the masses. The masses
Right.
would have answered the same question that I just asked, just like how Shanika do that. First, I want to know why you getting.
Right, but that would be even on both sides because that's to say, like I said
But
earlier,
no,
that means you wouldn't
but-
vote as a married man. You wouldn't vote on something that would benefit me as a single woman because it ain't got nothing to
Yes,
do with
I
you.
would. Yes, I would. Because like you said, we have children. Our children ain't married, so they single. So we can vote on both of y'all, but y'all don't see ours the same way. You see what I'm saying? And that's why, like I said, you just prove my point.
So we don't want to take the
We
risk.
got both of y'all interests involved, and single people don't really necessarily have our interests involved because if they passed the law and single people had to sign off on it saying that if you was married for a year, for the next 3 months, this is a one-time thing. They're gonna be like, damn, I ain't already married. So yeah, forget them.
So is
I
all
ain't
this a
signing off
design
on
to get people to get married, and then people just gonna
No.
get married because that way
It was
they'll
a
be able to get the
question.
benefits of being I know I'm saying, but what is this is all because this is a real thing that is
I
up
don't know
for
why they
discussion.
doing this shit. I don't work up there.
Yeah, so it's
That's
like a design to
that's
get
above
folks to
my
get
pay grade.
married, and then folks get married, and people will be married for just because they want to get the benefits. I don't gotta love you,
But still, that's a bad or terrible reason to get married.
but you just
They-
explain why you should get married. Shit, you crazy? If y'all gonna be able to be the one to make decisions of some of my life, I might as well be married to somebody.
that has your best
for the
interest
fuck
at
of it.
heart. No,
That's secondary to the
F of it.
benefits that you get if you're gonna lay down benefits to niggas who care about benefits.
No, you don't get married to somebody for the F of it. You get married to somebody who you know got your best interest at heart. That's the whole
That's what
name
we
of this game.
thinking. We thought that, but now this conversation
No,
changes
no.
everything.
You don't think it. You got to know for sure. They got to prove that to you. You have to already know before you make that leap. They have to show that to you. You can't go off a whim. You can't think. You got to know.
So you don't think that there will be some married men that may lead their household politically in a way that benefits them as an individual, as opposed to what benefits society as a whole?
Not saying that they wouldn't, but that's something else that needs to be discussed. Because as a married man, you shouldn't move as an individual. That's the first, that's the first rule of being a married man. It ain't about just you no more. So yeah, if you moving like that now, you're a detriment too.
Yeah, they
So
detriments
now-
because when you ask them why they want to be married, it's not because they say they want to move as one and be have a loving wife. That ain't the shit they say, especially not in these spaces. They're not saying because I want to be. They need a maid, they need a service person, they need all the shit or whatever their other shit they need. They always need that. So they're already on the wrong foot with why they're married. They don't give a shit about all the other stuff. That shit benefits them solely. Because that's why they don't have a problem with the women saying, well, this feels like slavery when the women telling them they're overworked. They don't even understand what the woman is saying. What do you mean? So we have these conversations and we acting like we don't have these conversations.
I mean,
So
I
these
guess
niggas
y'all
is
do
not
have
getting
these
married
conversations,
for-
but
Yeah, because they're not getting married because they want to really love someone and they're all, what we think. They're trying really hard to not succumb to the fantasy of what a woman wants to be married for.
And what's the fantasy of why a woman wants to get married?
But what you just said, for somebody that you love, you know, they got your back. If they could look into your eyes and they know it's just me and you, us never parts, like Color Purple, all that good stuff. But that ain't what they say. And we've been in these conversations long enough to know that we all heard the same conversation. They're not saying, I want to be with Shanika because I know she's the one.
But see, that's the thing, y'all. First of all, I'm gonna tell you where y'all messing up at.
They don't want none of that shit.
No, y'all listening to these niggas, and they might not want that shit. So if they telling you they don't want that shit, then listen to them. But what ends up happening is people bring out some shit in you that needs to be brought out if that's the right person for you. What's up, young Riaz? What I mean by that is I could have never predicted that the woman that I have now would bring this particular side of D-Rock out. You know what I'm saying? Because she was a different person in comparison to everybody else that I dealt with. You know what I'm saying? She's still a woman, but it's just the way she operated and the way she moved, the way she respected me, made me want to do more, be a better man in general. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yeah, you might have met me where I am, but yeah, you know, you put the battery in my back to be better. You know what I'm saying? And everybody didn't bring that out of me. You know what I'm saying? Some folks only brought out of me, shit, you good for a trip to the damn liquor store. Nothing, you know what I mean? Like, that's it. So at the end of the day, people can say what the fuck they want on this, excuse my language, people can say what they want over this internet thing, but all they really telling you is they never met that person that has that ability to bring that out.
Yeah, you see.
I want to play a little bit of this video. What up, Stan, the man in the building?
Salute.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand. Let me put out a couple extreme prescriptions. Desperate times calls for desperate measures, right? You can only vote if you married. Heterosexually.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Still 2 votes, but you got to be married.
No more my body, my choice.
He said heterosexually, so all the gay marriages don't count either.
That means pro-choice.
In consensual circumstance, you see. Let me just go ahead and acknowledge the rape and molestation, right? I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about consensual, right? I can't hear you for some reason.
Wait, you can hear me now?
Yes.
I was saying, are you just talking about the pro-life, pro-choice thing? Or are you talking about how we dress, how we carry ourselves, how
I'm talking about the baby
sex?
part. The baby part.
Okay, the baby part. Okay.
Yeah. Remove my body, my choice. Consensual relationships, right? Let me just say that so we don't got to get stuck on, right? And yeah, let me clarify. Thank you, John. I left that part out. That house gets 1 vote.
Oh.
Okay.
You see? One pot. One pot. Yep. That family, everybody money together. Right? In the marriage. You divorce for cause. Okay? Not just no fault. For fault divorce.
Damn.
Okay. So remove a no fault divorce.
And everybody leave what they came with. And the kids are split 50-50.
Damn.
Not split the baby in half.
Not like a magic trick, like you saw him in half, but you get to see him.
I say, yeah, you got to worry about it after that.
What you think? Is it extreme, or you think it would be helpful? Because it's almost like you have to prescribe things for people.
Y'all think that's extreme? Hold on, I think I'm on mute. Y'all think that's extreme?
That's a who?
Not
Do you
really.
think that's extreme?
Yeah.
All of
I
that?
think it's-
Yeah.
I think it's extreme.
One
think
vote
it's
for a
extreme.
house?
1 vote per house.
No, that ain't extreme.
There's
Like I
no,
said,
there's no my body, there's nobody my choice.
One
There's
pot.
there's one pot, family included, kids included.
Or
Everybody
only divorce.
Well,
yeah,
on the divorce.
no, none of that is extreme. That's right on. That's right on point.
50 split on with the kids. You leave with what you came with.
You think that's extreme, D-Rock? Just all of a sudden, you don't think that's extreme?
Nope, not at all. Cause think about it. Even we talking about this day and era where women make more money than the men, right?
Mm,
And
Yeah,
some of these
allegedly.
folks got with men when they ain't had nothing, and that man might have, helped them get to where they at. Cause don't act like we ain't seen some of them stories.
That nigga D-Rock. He ain't lying though.
So it can go either way, but no, that ain't extreme.
Shit. What y'all think?
A little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I come and in your example, you say I come with nothing and you build my life for me. And you just gonna kick me out back on the street with nothing? Like that time that I was with you, speaking on opportunity costs as a business term, I could have been doing things to develop myself. But that got put on pause because I was barefoot and pregnant. For you and your legacy. And you just gonna kick me out of the streets with nothing?
Get that.
That's diabolical.
I mean, you can't just stay.
Come on.
'Cause I'ma
Come
get
on,
the kids-
D-Rock.
I'm gonna get the kids
She
50% of
ain't
the time.
even
but
think about that
I'm
shit.
gonna put
You
them
know
in.
she ready to go. You know she ready to go, D-Rock. She ain't even think about staying. Duh.
No.
What up, Kasim? In the building?
What up, Kasim? He said it
You said sounds legit to me. Come on, man. Yeah, you talking about?
Okay.
I think it's a little extreme though, but
JD said not based on the results.
well, that too. See, it's a lot of shit can go into that though to make it wrong and right. But I agree with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it, right? I get it. I think that as humans, we need structure. If we didn't have police, I mean, that's the reason they created law enforcement, because niggas need to be policed. You can't just run around and do whatever. We can't be trusted to do whatever we want to do because we're gonna be up to debauchery.
Not
And
can't
But,
get
but hold up.
twisted.
See, I think y'all missing out on the leave what you came with part. Well, y'all got stuck on the leave what you came with part.
A little bit.
Think about where y'all came in at when y'all started the marriage. So if y'all accumulated, but think about it, if y'all accumulated anything together as a marriage, how impossible is that going to be to split it up? You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, the person that came in with less is going to be the one who come out with the most. Y'all thinking because y'all might have came in with nothing and he already had a bunch of stuff that when you leave that you're leaving with nothing. No, listen to what it is. You leave with what you came with. But at the end of the day, a lot of times, what about the people if y'all both didn't really have nothing when y'all first started and now y'all accumulated this wealth? Is both of y'all gonna leave and not have nothing? Where the hell that wealth gonna go?
That's what I was thinking. I said, now how you gonna leave it what you
Exactly.
came with if y'all both built it together?
And that's why that became a stumbling block for y'all. I get it.
Because if we both built it, if you the carpenter and I'm the electrician and you the architect and I'm the welder, how are we gonna leave what we gonna take everything apart?
Let me bring somebody else real quick. building. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Hola.
good. Cooling. I know you've been listening in. What you think?
Hola, guapo.
What's good?
What you thinking? Do you think that did you hear the terms and conditions of Hamp's agreement? Shout out to DJ Hamp.
The terms and conditions of what again? I'm sorry.
You can, and actually no, let me back it up a little bit so we can get it.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand. Let me put out a couple extreme prescriptions. Desperate times calls for desperate measures, right? You can only vote if you married heterosexually. No more my body, my choice.
What that mean? Pro-choice.
In consensual circumstance, you see. Let me just
Oh,
go
you
ahead
gotta
and,
keep the
and,
baby.
and
Even-
acknowledge
even
the
if you didn't
rape
want
and
it.
molestation, right?
Right.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about consensual, right? I can't hear you for some reason.
Wait, you can hear me now?
Yes.
I was saying, are you just talking about the pro-life, pro-choice thing? Or are you talking about how we dress, how we carry ourselves, how
I'm
we
talking
have
about
sex?
the baby part. The baby part.
Okay, the baby part. Okay.
Yeah. Remove my body, my choice. Consensual relationships, right? Let me just say that so we don't got to get stuck on, right? And yeah, let me clarify. Thank you, John. I left that part out. That house gets one vote.
Okay.
You see? One pot. One pot. Yep. That family, everybody money together. Right? In the marriage. You divorce for cause. Okay? Not just no fault. For fault divorce.
Okay.
And,
so remove a no fault divorce.
And everybody leave what they came with. And the kids are split 50-50. Not like a magic trick, like you saw them in half, but you get to see them.
That's it, yeah. You got to worry about it after that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, was that it?
What you think? Is it extreme or you?
All right, it's 7 things. Did y'all get it?
That's what he's saying as far as regulating society, because he feels like we need to be policed. Did you jotted it down, Jen?
Yeah, I wrote it down. Do you mean to tell you what they are?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the first thing is vote only if you're married, heterosexually. So no LGBTQ marriage. No my body, my choice, and consensual actions. The house is 1 vote. So the 1 home, 1 vote. There's 1 pot. Kids, everyone that's working is 1 pot. There's a fault divorce. So there's no more no fault divorce. You leave with what you came with, and then the kids are 50-50 automatically. So there's no court to decide who gets custody. It's just there's none of that. No need for it.
Automatic 50-50.
It's automatic 50-50.
Well, the next to the last one, you leave with what you came with. I have a concern about that because when you look at marriage in some ways is almost like when you form a partnership in a business, like you and Drip, right? Let's say that you guys set up an LLC and you and Drip are the owner or the managing members of that LLC. When that closes, you have to wind down. And the way that works is you have to calculate how much money was profited from the stuff that you put into the business. And so you leave with what you came with. That leaves one side or the other at an unfair advantage and an unfair disadvantage, I would argue, because you would have somebody taking more than what they came in with during the matrimony. And if that's not the case, what is it? What's going to happen to the excess stuff? Does that go back to the state? I mean, if that's the case, hell no.
Right. We said that too. Like, and then what about the people who build together? Like, you guys met in college and you both started together at the same time. So you guys get nothing because you didn't come with anything.
Right. Well, that goes back to the drawdown example that I gave. Like, if Shanika and Drip LLC and the Drip Show were under that LLC, and you close, they close down. The show gets closed. The LLC gets dissolved. Then you have to wind down, and at that point, super chats, and all of that stuff have to be divided properly. It's a complex mathematical formula that people use.
Yeah, that's what I said. That don't make no sense. You can't. That's the only one I disagree with, because you can't. How you gonna calculate what we've built from the time that we were married, or how we came into the relationship? That's wild.
Well, not only that, but again, what happened if you guys just leave with what you left with? What happens to the excess? I mean, I'm not building an empire for all of that shit. Pardon my language. To go to the state, that's bad.
Right.
But everything else
really, or really to share it with somebody who ain't with me no more. Cause no, this is for the person that was with me. At the end of the day, why like now some of that stuff don't make sense.
Right, but everything else basically goes on what I said in the chat, and what I said in the chat was regarding how we men were taught to vote before. Even the black men that were in Congress, in the 1800s, the one or two that were in Congress in the late 1800s, we're taught to vote based on how is it going to impact not even our kids, our grandkids and our great grandkids down the line. And you're not going to have that much of an interest in that long game, for the most part, unless you have a family. I'm sorry, people told me this when I was in my 20s, and I didn't see it until my daughter was born. You're going to look at things totally different. It's not the same. And then when my kid was born, it was like, oh shit. I'm not thinking about me anymore. I'm thinking about, okay, well, how is my decision going to impact her? That's why I went back to school and did what I did. That's no different than anything else. And then the final thing is putting your money in the pot. I mean, that's what families did, sub 1900 anyway. And in fact, families in other countries do that anyway. Families in Mexico and in Central America, they have one pot, and if there's a problem, everybody will contribute to that pot so that they can ensure that the house is built, or so that the refrigerator is, installed, or so that the medical bills are taken care of. If they see that you're taking advantage of the pot, they'll cut you off in a heartbeat. But everything that this guy was saying, and I only listened to half of it. I jumped on the StreamYard when he said the rest of it. But everything that he said that I heard, everybody else already does that already. So I don't see anything wrong with that.
What y'all think?
I feel like I understand why he's saying it, but I do feel like it's extreme. And I feel like it would encourage a society where people will be getting married simply for,
That's what I said earlier.
Whatever they're able to gain from the marriage, as opposed to doing it, freely, as a result of being in love, or whatever. But I do think it's a bit extreme.
I said that too. I said, well, then shit, I might as well get married to anybody then. If the benefits is like, if I can't make a choice or put a vote in, and I got to be married, then I don't. There's some people who don't give a shit who they're married to, just so that they can also get the benefits. If I can't get the benefits without it.
It's not like you don't have a vote, though. The way that it worked in a lot of households, again, this is sub 1900, was the family voted, and the man was responsible for voting on behalf of the family. And they call it voting by proxy. So let's say that there is a person. Let's say that I'm running for president, and all of you guys. And Drip's the head of your guys' family. Then at that particular point, if everybody votes against Drip and says we're not voting for Pacheco, we're voting for Kojak, let's say, then at that particular point, it's Drip's responsibility to vote for Kojak. He can't just vote for me because he's taking the whole vote of the family with him in that regards. If assuming arguendo that people weren't voting like that, they didn't vote only for the family, then yeah, I would agree. That's too extreme, because now you've just silenced literally 2/3 of the country at that point.
That's what I said. Because now the person, they're gonna have things. If they do that, then they're not gonna necessarily vote on things that are gonna benefit anybody else outside of themselves. So if they don't have to deal with it, if a man who has all sons, he don't really care about women's issues unless a guy who has a daughter. So his vote's gonna be a teeny bit different when it comes to certain things they put in play.
I'm gonna play a little more so we can hear it.
You think it would be helpful, because it's almost like you have to prescribe things for people. Also, parents get in trouble when their kids get in trouble.
Oh, that again.
Yeah, I just saw that happen in Atlanta, actually.
I'm bugging?
No, you're not bugging to me, right? But we're talking about Gen Pop, yes, is extreme. I think the most extreme thing you said, of course, is heterosexual marriages.
What?
I think gay people do a lot of lobbying in the political sectors, which is why a lot of their agendas get pushed through. So nobody's even gonna step up to the plate to try to take their rights away.
Okay, I'll
Too much
concede
money in the
that.
pocket.
I'll even concede that, right? Regardless of what I know to be the truth, right? I'll concede that, right? Married household, I'll concede that, even though marriage has an exact definition.
Oh, right.
I'm saying it's orderly.
They must say, even though I know the truth. Wow.
Ooh.
Right, because marriage has an exact definition, and it specifies man and woman. So you can't say he's saying that based on that foundation.
Well, a lot of that goes back to there isn't an interest in the future, and I don't mean it in the sense that they don't have an interest in the future. The thing is when you're in that lifestyle, you can't procreate. And so I can understand that part. Is
Yeah, that's facts. You said it.
As far as the parents sharing liability for the kid, I think that's already happening. They sentenced 2 parents in Michigan because his kid brought a pew-pew to school and lit the school up, basically, because they were idiots. I'll just be quite honest. They were focused on themselves. Like the mom was cheating on the dad. The dad was doing his own thing or what have you. Didn't realize that the kid was lashing out, and these dummies left the safe open. Kid grabs pew-pew from the open safe and goes to the school and does what he does. So I was already of the impression that that's already happening. And then here in Texas, I mean, good Lord, if you do something so grossly reckless, you could get in trouble here for your kid's actions, couldn't you? And if not, you should. I mean, I say bring back the belt. Too many kids don't know the pain and the struggle, the pain and the worry of good old-fashioned.
So wait, if the kids commit a crime, then the kids get in trouble for it, because like the little kids that are going to jail for, raping a little girl, but because the parents aren't in trouble for that kind of stuff. So like, what kind of stuff would the parents be in trouble for, as opposed to like the robbery or the little YN stuff when the guy just punched the old lady and ran? Like, should his mom get in trouble for that, or does he have to have something stronger? Because the little boys who did the graping, their parents aren't in trouble. Like, if we enforce that would mean everybody gets in trouble for what though?
I think my moral response would be it depends. So if mom and dad are raising kid such that he knows better and he's out there doing this crap, then that's one thing. Okay, you're doing everything that you can. Your kid's just dumb and making dumb decisions. But if you're just letting your kid run, I mean, we had this discussion regarding the rodeo getting shut down last month. If you're just letting your kids out and your kids are running buck wild, then yes, you should face liability. I don't think that it should be as stringent as what's going to fall on top of the kid. But hey, be a parent, darn it. Like I said, bring back.
But say in real life, like now you got the teen takeovers. There's 400 or 500 kids getting arrested, but then you have the 4 guys who raped a little girl. So parents should get in trouble on both ends, right? Because your kids are running rampant, running through the city doing a teen takeover, and then your 12-year-old did something violent to another kid. So
Well,
parents be in
I'll-
trouble.
I'll
I
repeat
bet,
myself
I
again.
bet, I bet people will wonder where their children at and make sure they stayed on their kids behind. If they start getting locked up behind what
Exactly.
their kids do.
Exactly, parents. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Because as if I'm letting my kid just run around and act dumb, and he does the raping or what have you, then yeah, I think I should have some culpability in that because I should have been a parent. Again, if I'm doing everything that I can to raise my kid right, and there's evidence of that, then no. And again, this is a moral response for me.
Yeah, because these kids are the little girls put a pillow over her cousin's head over a cell phone. Now they're trying to find she should have known better somewhere in there, right? Because you're raising a good kid, and you should know that you shouldn't be fighting someone over a cell phone.
Exactly.
But
if it were my kid would be the trouble I would get in is what would happen after my kid posts bail. He or she would be praying that bail is not made because judgment would reign in the Pacheco household. We'll just put it like that.
Did y'all think do y'all think this is a new phenomenon?
no, I was around D-Rock. I remember truancy. I remember being in trouble going to the mall, and my mom had to come get me, and she got in trouble because I skipped school. We had truancy officers, but we've did away with that. So it's the new generation who parents is 26 years
not
old.
Only that, like if you would have broke something, you know what I mean? Your mom was getting that bill.
Yes.
And then you could do that at your friend's house. Like your auntie would be like, "Go get my money from your mama for breaking my chandelier, playing ball in the house." Yeah.
So now,
but it was honor in that though. It was honor in the mama being, but then we don't have that no more either. So see how it keeps going back down to the rabbit hole. We ain't got that shame. And shame of your parents.
Because everybody wanted to change stuff. Basically, it's starting to come up that the old fashioned, what y'all call the traditional way of living, it worked for a reason. Because this new shit is dying out fast.
Because I remember having kids in my class saying, we go say, I remember being that kid and having someone say, "I'm gonna go call your mom," and they're like, "Oh my God, no." Then I remember having my latchkey service and having kids that were looking at me and I'm saying, "I'm gonna call your mom," and they be like, "Call her," and what? So there's something happened on that whole shift of parents, from our parents, the people that we raise us, to the ones that are raising behind us, because there's no fear of none of that's gonna stick. You know what I'm saying? If there's no reason for me to be if I'm not afraid of you calling my mother, so none of the rest of the stuff is gonna stick. You know what I mean? None of the other stuff is gonna make sense.
Yeah, it was the same thing. It was the Pacheco. We're gonna call you daddy. Oh God.
If I got to leave work to come down there and deal with you is usually the response that you don't want to hear.
Not even leaving work, because my stepdad at the time got out at 5.
That was too close to end of school. That was too close to being done with school.
When I saw him get out of the car and as he's getting out of the car, I see him taking off his belt. Yeah, I'm done. That was the worst. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was saying that was funny. We see them taking that belt off, like, child.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have that. We don't have none of that. So none of, you know what I mean?
I may have grew up with a single, you know what I'm saying, with being raised by a single mom, but I remember being arrested by the police and they said we were gonna call your mom. I said, "You better take me to jail, cuz I'd rather go to jail." Cause my mom is gonna, man, no, take me to jail. My mama did not play that.
Nobody played that back then.
See?
Yeah.
You know?
And then we're gonna talk about that disenfranchising the Black community, right? With marriage being only married couples being able to vote would eradicate the Black vote, because the majority of Black voters are women, and the majority of Black women are not married. So now we're talking about the Black vote being obsolete.
But
so no more voting. So just no voting in general.
Go ahead. Hold on, let me pause the one. Go ahead.
But see,
I was gonna say, but black people when my grandmother was growing up, and in the, what was it, the 40s, 50s, the 30s, 40s, and 50s, they had the lowest divorce rate. So, you know, the people that were getting impacted by this rule that this guy just brought up would have been, you know, if this were circa a century ago, were white people, believe it or not. I find it ironic how the table flips, that the argument is used that this could impact the black community or make it non-existent, when before black people were the ones staying in marriages for the most part.
And we were marrying even though we couldn't vote. We couldn't. I mean, we could, like somebody said. I think it was Genesis. You said earlier we couldn't participate in the voting process at all. That didn't stop us from getting married and loving each other.
Exactly.
That's why I was like, so y'all taking us back to a time where we couldn't do anything. So now people either gonna get married to get the benefits. They probably want to.
You still keep going back to do anything. What is it that you need to do that you think was a marriage to the man that you want to be with, and vice versa wants to be with you? What is going to stop you once you get married or by getting married?
To add to that, the question would be, what are the benefits?
You're saying in this situation, to be able to actually participate in politics or have any rights or even vote on your own rights, you would have to be married based on his parameters. Wasn't there a time where the women couldn't vote? Men could vote, even the black men, but then the women still couldn't vote. So now that takes away from that, because it's supposed to be one house, one vote.
No, it was only affluent. You gotta understand. It wasn't just any black man could vote. It had to be an affluent
just any man.
black man. He had to own land.
Yeah, you had to own property.
Right. Which goes back to what I was saying. Like, if it was a difference, they had something to contribute, or basically the laws was built around something that had something to do with them.
Right, and that's why I said in the chat that this goes against my interest, but I think that we could bring that back. I mean, the housing and urban development regulations, that's where you get Section 8, also has Section 3, and Section 3 makes it easier for us to get houses or to get property. You know, assuming you make it out of the mortgage.
Right. Yeah, Section 8 was for the blacks. I don't think a lot of black people know about that.
No, they don't know about Section 3 in that regards. But the thing is it's there. That's the point. It is there. So it's not like 1890 when you had Jim Crow making it damn near impossible for a black guy to own land, because, hey, you can own land after 30 years of sharecropping and you got to give me a third of your crops. And if you had a bad year, well, that's just tough. You know? Now we have these things that are in place to put that type of behavior in check. In that regards. And again, it's against my interest because I don't own property. But to me, I wouldn't mind being the sacrificial lamb and not being able to vote specifically for that reason.
What up, Dr. Quantum in the building?
Dr. Q, what up?
The man.
See, that's the thing, though. I wouldn't vote against certain land laws just because I don't have land now, because I would want to get land in the future. And I think if the ideology of the single people was, I'm not going to vote against what the married people are voting for, because one day I will hope to be that. But then you got today a lot of women who are saying, and men too, a lot of people saying that no, we just gonna opt out of marriage in general. So it's like the agenda ain't the same for those mindsets, and it ain't nothing. You know, it's not good or bad. It's just their mind frame or their mindset or the way they look at and observe life ain't the same.
Yeah, the way that they think is different. It's not, like you said, it's not bad. It's just it's just not on par with how I think or anyone else in that regard, which is fine.
Don't play a little more.
Black people.
Shit, Asians don't vote, but they got the proper prescriptions to be good, to be successful in a capitalistic society. You see, they think about what's important here, and then they're still successful.
Yeah, but
now
black people
also,
are not Asian.
what's the catalyst to get married? You see,
People are not going to go get married so they can vote.
I don't know.
They're not. They're because then people are still going to feel like, are there suitable people to marry? Because marriage isn't just something that you put together. You know, it's a lifelong commitment, and you're trusting a person with your entire life, money, resources, and all of those things. So Black people have commitment issues and trust issues within those areas, so they're not going to run toward that. And then when you're talking about the pro-blackness of it all, right? Because we know that other people don't put pro in front of them. We was working this out, and I told them the reason why people have pro-black movements is because we have anti-blackness in America. A lot of what America is rooted on is anti-blackness and the disenfranchisement of Black people. And when we fought and marched and obtained certain civil rights and things like that, we understand that now those things went underground systematically. Now we understand that the KKK still exists, but they wear white hoods, but they're still your judges, police officers, people in corporate offices who are discriminating systematically against Black people in a tricky way, right? So now you're talking about the people who keep up with politics, who are in politics, who understand what the common person doesn't understand about politics, who are making strides to implicate things that benefit the Black community, but the majority of them are not married. So now you're saying that the people who are on the front grounds, knowing about politics, making changes in that area, will now be obsolete and depleted.
Let me just tell you the truth.
That's a good argument, because there are a lot of people that aren't married and don't have children that do fight the good fight. And so, but it's like, I guess who outweighs who? But I mean, it's way more single people. So I can't help but feel like statistically or mathematically, the odds would be more favorable to allow them to vote than to not allow them to vote.
I don't know. I got to see the numbers on that, because when I think about all the people in politics, they all in marriages for the most part. I don't know too many.
Or they're going through divorces at the end of their political career, like the former lieutenant governor for the now late former lieutenant governor for Virginia, after he did what he did last week.
Yeah, but most people in office, like, they even the worst of the worst, like Sarah Palin was married, I think.
Yeah, she was married. She's still married.
See,
she's still married.
But I'm saying, like, it's almost like you can't rise above certain ranks unless you are. So I don't know about. I ain't seen a whole bunch of them. Not on the top levels.
Well, you have a couple that make it there, and they either get in, like Pete Buttigieg. I mean, his marriage is an alternative marriage, I think. And then you have, what was his name? Andrew Gillum, before he fell apart in Florida. So you have people that get really, really close. And then there's something else that's about their lives that.
Out. Yeah,
they're gay. Yeah. They're almost all gay. So that's going to cut them right on out the list right there. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The marriage on paper is heterosexual, so they'll still be able
the what do they call them? The beards or whatever the heck that term is.
Lavender marriage.
Right.
Yes, that.
But hold on, y'all. Like, I don't think a lot of people took in consideration, too, that you didn't even have to physically go get married back in the day. There was a such thing as common law.
Yeah, common law exists in some states today. Remember Dr. Dre? Remember Dr. Dre's girlfriend of 10 years?
Yeah.
Took him for divorce under common law, because 10 years, Michigan has a common law, too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not as abundant as it used to be, but yeah, a few states still carry it, but man, that used to be all over the country. That's what I'm saying. They were geared to that. And that's how, people, was able to benefit certain ways just by shacking up.
But like she said, people are just going to get married so they can vote. And then that would help the unmarried or unmarriageable individuals now that are, socially undesirable, or, what we consider. I mean, y'all know what we're talking about, because they're all over the place, and they're considered to be a certain group of people who are socially undesirable, and then you have the people who are not.
No, don't pick them.
Well, I'm saying though, those people now have a chance, because before they were getting married based on society standards, and they're not being chosen. So now the society standards is dissolved, because I don't need that, because you have to get married because you don't have these rights. or these ability, these opportunities. So hey, guess what we're doing today, Mrs. Jones?
I was getting married. Shout out to Romelo with the $5 super Allah. He said, instead of looking for the here and now, what benefits the future? Hindsight and foresight is a must. Dropping bars as always.
Trip Nation gang, tripping Ramilla, 7 front and 7 flying and 7 for the 7 flying, me and 7 for the 7 chip. Know we got that drip on the tip. Know we got that drip on the tip. Know we got that drip on the tip. Damn Ramilla, 7 for the 7 for the 7.
Ow. Definitely appreciate that support. We only need 4 more super chats to reach our goal and you're through. Otherwise, if you could just hit the like button and subscribe, definitely appreciate that support as well. Gonna play a little more. I think y'all both bringing up some really good points though.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
And even so, go ahead.
They ain't doing nothing, right, Sherelle? Think about this: the most densely black populated state is Texas. Mm-hmm. The most out of wedlock children are being had by us, right? Mm-hmm. And then the abortion rates, based on what they put in front of us, the abortions are also being had by us. And yet that state voted pro-life. Texas. Like this shit is not real. It's not real. There's so much legislation that we need to have. What do we even hear about? They voted for Kamala, and she was running on a platform of pushing transgenderism for prisons and in bathrooms. That don't help y'all. But y'all voted for it. And I'm saying y'all because women, black, you know what I'm saying? At 80, what was it? 93% voted for her? None of that serves y'all. And I'm just going off the platforms that they run on. You feel me? I know there's a lot more shit in there. But you know, the stuff that we vote, she thought so lowly of y'all. She paraded Megan Thee Stallion out after saying nothing on the podium. That shit is corny, bro. They don't respect y'all. They don't care what y'all saying. What percentage of the House or the Senate are black women? And then every time, what's the lady that just lost?
Crockett.
Jasmine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jasmine. Okay.
Yo, the only thing they put in front of us, really, is her acting like some stereotypical black woman. We gotta watch the whole session to figure out if she's smart, because they don't put that in front of you. You see what I'm saying? They put out the salacious, her doing the average, the stereotypical antics.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying, Ham. We're not into politics, right? Okay. We watch for the highlights. Yeah. We're not actually on a boots to ground with that. So I'm saying that part of, like, all of us have our fronts that we fight on. So that militia of black people, because I'm not aware, I'm not saying, hey, let's get rid of that faction. And I can't confirmly say that black people in politics aren't doing absolutely anything for black people.
Yeah, right? This what I'm saying, real, right? Like, even the comments, right? Did you hear what I just said about Jasmine?
Yes.
Right? And let me say it again, right? Because the comments don't even make sense. I'm saying they put out the stuff that makes her look stereotypical. When you watch it, you say, damn, she's sharp. Did I say she wasn't sharp? Did I say she wasn't smart? Right? I'm talking about the respect that they don't have for y'all. You know? But I understand what you're saying, right? So living in black cities, like Washington, D.C. as an example. Washington, D.C. needed to open during COVID, right? I think per capita, you got the most black businesses, right? Needed to open. But Mario Bowser wouldn't fucking do it. I DJ at 20 clubs. 15 of them closed. I don't respect y'all. But I understand your point. You know what? You know what happens, really? And I'm gonna bring it all the way down. All right, my bad. I know I'm just thinking. You know what happens? I'm gonna bring it all the way down to the baseline. My wife go get a tire. My wife go get a quote. My wife go get anything, right? By herself, the price different than if I show up. The price is different than if I'm there. I take that and I'm willing to speculatively extrapolate that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're a ham. So don't.
No, I'm saying I'm just saying the couple like a man, same difference. A man walk into a room, right? Networking, golf court, he got a ring on. People look at him differently, right? Same difference. That's what I'm saying. The respect level changes. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, you're saying people respect that. I'm just saying, like, people be out here getting swindled. You know how to negotiate. If you don't know how to negotiate, you're gonna be swindled. But also with the transgender thing or the gay agenda, gay black people are double minority.
Like, that is diabolical. Y'all was voting for them to go in the restroom? That's crazy work.
What I don't understand, Drew, is that she said, well, I don't have boots on the ground. I don't, know the issues like that. That's why I have my, qualms with people just voting just to vote, because then at that point you've turned an election into a popularity contest at that particular point. And this isn't the 8th grade class president anymore. This is, good Lord. This determines whether or not we're going to drop nukes on Iran or not. This determines whether or not we leave $80 billion worth of equipment in Afghanistan. With all of our guys losing their lives over that. It determines whether we're paying $5 a gallon for gas in Texas. That's the thing that I'm surprised that she doesn't see. How do you not know what the issues are, what she's going to stand up for when you cast your vote for this specific person? Kamala Harris, for example, said on one of her campaign speeches, we have too many black and brown people in prison. Chick, you put them there.
Right. What are you talking about? She was on wasn't she on the thing with Biden? Or what? No.
California, district attorney.
She they had a story out where this girl had got super sick, like had to be out of school for months because of her illness. Mama gave the school the paperwork to show where she was going to be out of school for a legitimate reason, and they locked the mama up for truancy. Mama
gave her 5 years.
Crazy.
Yes, it was 5 years.
Yep, gave her
and
5 years.
The mother was black. The mother was black. Kamala Harris literally put her there.
She didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
And see that shout out to Hemp and Sherelle, but we got to make sure we clear on, like in real life, like there's been there's been an increase in black people in Congress over the past 30 years, and I don't know, if you look up the information, 11% of them identify as black people. So the percentage of there is not enough, but there is some people there to say that there's nobody there to say like how many people are really in. One out of 25 people are black in Congress, in the House of Representatives.
You said it correctly. You said they identify as black.
Yeah, right. That's because of the language we speak now. But they were black
that's not the same thing, though. There's a lot of folks around the world that identify as black, but that's why a lot of things don't happen for us, because those people who identify as black, they don't speak for us neither.
And that's the thing that you need to know about before you cast your vote. I'm not going to cast, if you're just going to cast your vote for Kamala Harris because, well, it's Kamala Harris.
Well, she identified black.
Yeah, even though she was the first Hindu congressman, senator, I believe, and the first Indian attorney general for the state.
I was just going to say, I saw her on a cooking show with Mindy Kaling, the girl from the office, the Indian chick, and she said she identified as Indian when they was on there.
But then how is she going down in history as the only black female president for a day?
That's the trope that they pushed. Yeah, that's exactly optics. You said it,
That lady said out her own mouth. She was like Indian. She didn't say nothing about I'm half Indian, half black, half nothing.
And then I guess the reinforcement of her by her pledging. Then she go to a black college and she pledged Panhellenic sorority.
She put collard greens in the bathtub. Like, I ain't listening to her.
I'm just saying. All the boxes are checked off. She went to a black college. She pledged a black sorority. She made collard greens. No.
That says nothing about the black experience in America.
It doesn't, and again, that goes back to you have to know exactly. And this goes back to why people, why I'm for some of these things that this gentleman said, because you have to know exactly what's going on. If you just let, I hate to say it, but if you just let anybody vote for whomever just because, well, it's a popularity contest, they might snatch my legally blind ass up and say, "Hey, you're going to fight for Iran. Here's an M4. Let's go." Like, wait a minute. I might accidentally shoot my own man, and I didn't even see him. Like, you sure you want me out there?
Yep, because they're gonna put you on the front lines. They're gonna make sure it don't even matter.
Exactly. Straight to the meat grinder you go, right?
Right. They gonna matter of fact, they're gonna throw a big ass parade for you, and then every year they're gonna ask us for money. You know what I'm saying? To in your honor, you know what I'm saying? And
Martin Luther King Day is gonna get bumped off. It's gonna be Pablo Pacheco holiday. Oh man, it's absurd. That's where I'm putting up.
But no, man, no, we fell for that bullshit, that BS too long, man. I'm sorry.
But people still fall for it. Black women, I don't mean to put them all in a pot, but the majority went to her event here in Houston under the rumor that Beyonce was going to perform.
Of course.
And Beyonce didn't show up, obviously. And then here's the funny thing: after they pulled that the first time, they did this same thing again in Kojak's neck of the woods in Detroit. Oh, Beyonce's going to perform, and they showed up again, and I'm like, you guys, really?
Yeah.
And sure enough, they didn't show up, and they got mad again.
They'll show up for the chance to be in the same room with their celebrity. That's how, man, look, that's how sick we've become. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real. That's how sick we've become.
Nothing to do with politics. They coming for Beyonce.
Yeah, they're coming for Beyonce. They don't care about
they ain't have to pay $1,500 for the ticket.
That too.
You know what I mean? Come on now. It makes perfect sense. They get to see Beyonce, ain't got to spend that. Oh, okay. I'm there.
And I just got an email from Ticketmaster. San Antonio Spurs playoff tickets are $300. You mean to tell me that you want to charge me $1,500 just to get my vote? Hell no.
You can buy half a row to that game. Get out of here. But that's how. But back to what you were saying, it's political intelligence versus a popularity contest. And a lot of people are more of the popularity contest type voters instead of the informed voters. Like, we just got to be honest about that.
It's a fact.
So gay black people and women, they'll be in the same pot. I think Arnold spoke on this on one of the Wednesday shows, right? Yeah. Where it's like it's toe and toe because gay black people are also double minorities.
Wow.
Because they gay and they black. So being black is a minority thing, and being gay is a minority thing.
But time out.
So they're double not minority.
Who you sleep with make you a minority?
That would make them a triple minority. Because being black and being a woman is a double minority. So if they were black woman and on the L side of the game, that's a triple minority. So she must be only talking about the dudes.
Men.
Yeah, because they mainly was in politics.
So the men would be a double because they're just black and gay. And then you're saying if you're talking about the rest of the letters, the T would be a triple because now they're black, they're woman, and now they're also gay.
Oh my God.
Like, damn, as a friend of mine's kid said, dude, pick a struggle.
Let me bring somebody up.
Hey, drip, let's go. Shout out my guy hustling muscle, let's go dripping Shanika. Shout out hustling muscle, always hustling for that muscle, right? Hey. Shit on hustling muscle, right? Low like that.
What up, H&M in the building?
Salute. Hey, sugar.
The man of the hour.
Salute.
Hustle and
The
muscle.
man of the
What's
hour,
good?
tower of power, sweet and sour. I'm fresh and clean like I just took a shower. Wiki, 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 wiki.
Not wiki, 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 wiki.
That was funny. Mhm. But yeah, we I don't know if you've been tuning in, but we actually we 3 away, DJ, but shout out to Boss Man in the building. What's up? SB Scribes in the building. Shout out to IB Wody, just in case I ain't speak to you. I feel like I did, but just in case, just in case, just in case. We talked about voting because H&M Hemp put out some extreme, or maybe not, depending on your perspective, foundations in place that he felt as far as like, you know, us needing to be regulated. So he's like, you know, marriage, you can only vote if you're married, one house, one vote, your kids get in trouble, you get in trouble as the parent, only heterosexual marriages apply.
One pot.
Yeah, one pot.
No, my body, my choice in consensual situations.
Right.
And there's no cause only divorces. You leave with what you came with. The kids are automatically 50-50, so there's no paternity or custody court. And then the parents get in trouble when the kids get in trouble. Like your kid goes to jail, breaks into a car, you get in trouble too.
You feel like that's extreme, H&M? As he said, you know, desperate times call for hard times call for hard measures or something or another.
No, H&M couldn't vote. He wouldn't even be able to vote because he's a single man.
Now you're right, Shanika. Desperate times calls for desperate measures.
Okay, yeah.
Well, hot damn.
Yeah.
So what do you think about those rules, like that says you can't vote unless you're married, one pot, only you have to be a heterosexual marriage?
Boy, you can't vote because you're married. You can't vote because you're married. That's bullshit.
No,
What
you
does
cannot
your
vote
parents
unless
gotta
you
do with your
wait. Can you
fucking
hear
vote?
us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yes.
You can't
yes.
vote
Okay,
unless
so you can't-
unless you're married.
Right. You cannot vote unless you're married. You cannot. There's one pot, so all the money goes into one pot. There's no my body, my choice for women in consensual situations. You leave with what you came with. If your kids get in trouble, you get in trouble. What was the other one? I just forgot that fast. And wait, there's one more. And there's four cause divorces. So there's no fault divorce. You have to have a reason. And then the kids are 50-50, so there's no paternity court. There's no custody and no paternity court. And then the house gets one vote. So we all live together as a home, in the home, then there's only one vote. It's not my vote, your vote, and and my mama's vote. It's one vote.
Okay, so I guess if the man votes something and that's just the way that goes, fair enough. It's the head of the
Absolutely.
household.
Yeah, you
Trust
think
me,
that'll fix
head of the
society? You think
household
that'll help
here.
get us together? It might. I don't know.
Right, so that if he
Could
has
be.
to vote with the house in mind, or do you think he's gonna just make his own vote on what he wants to vote on?
I'm gonna vote with the house in mind. I can't speak for every man, but I'm voting with the household in mind, not just what the fuck I want. Because come on, you got a woman in your life, then here you got to think about her, and if you have
Come
kids,
on
you got to
with
think
it.
about them too.
ASAP. Come on with it. Okay. I like
Okay,
that
then
answer.
what about with the okay, that's the L, and then that's only for heterosexual marriages. So none of the other marriages that are not heterosexual, man and woman, those marriages don't count, and their vote doesn't count. So only the straight people's marriages vote count. And then what about
Since when is
what happened?
I was saying, what's okay to discriminate to keep somebody from voting based on
Well,
their
those
marital
are the
status or their
parameters.
orientation?
Well, he's going according to. We're not saying that he's putting down parameters that are extreme, right? So we're just saying, what if these were the rules? But in real life, he's going according to what the definition of marriage is, which is one man and one woman. So if that's not happening, everything else is not going according to that definition. So if you just go by that definition alone and not add anything else to it, then everything else doesn't count. So if we're saying only you can vote if you're married, straight married, right? Everything else is not a marriage. Number 2 was know my body, know my choice in consensual situations. So we agreed to have sex, and then I got a baby, and I don't want the baby. You don't want the baby, but we don't have that rule. We don't have that law no more. I can't do nothing about that. You can't do nothing either. This is your baby, it's coming, and this is my baby, it's coming. Even though we consented, it's just we took away the my body, my choice.
Those are laws in my house now.
Oops.
Yeah, there is no my body, my choice. Well, maybe now people will think twice about having kids out of wedlock. Shit, because now you're both stuck with the baby.
Oops. Shout out to Romello with the $5.
And you can't vote.
Shout out to Romello with the $5 super holler. He said, y'all need to reread the 1960s civil rights bills, and then you will see white women are considered a minority under that bill.
That's true. Yep.
And shout out to Stan Autry. I mean, technically, shout out to Stan with the $1.99 super chat. He said, Drip Nation. Let's go.
Drip Nation gang. Drip and Miller, 7 front and 7 flying and 7 for the 7 flying, me and 7 for the 7 chip. No, we got that drip on the tip. No, we got that drip on the tip. No, we got that drip on the tip. Damn, with Miller, 7 for the 7 for the 7.
Appreciate you, boy.
That Romello's a bop though. I didn't realize
that's my favorite.
That one was bopping. I couldn't even stop moving. I wasn't even trying to move. Okay, so Hustler, know my body, know my choice, right? Oh, you said you was cool with that one. Okay, so what about the house, 1 vote, 1 pot? Everybody money going 1 pot.
Why not?
For every working person in the home, your teenagers come home and bring everything home in 1 pot. You bring home everything in 1 pot. But that benefits you if your teenager is somebody and they're making more money than you these days. 1 pot, remember?
Yeah, you can put it in the pot or he can get out. Or she can get out. Do their own thing. Since they want to forget about when they didn't have no money to contribute to the pot, we still kicked in. So hold up.
Come on.
With your ungrateful ass.
Facts.
That would make more structure. It'll be more structure.
Real talk.
Yes,
well, I mean, you're saying that's kind of like if those people now, like, you know, got to think of like Beyonce's first check when she was like 15, right? So she got $1 million. Her mom never had $1 million, right? So she couldn't really, the law said you can't really spend that money because you're 15. So it's kind of 1 pot until she gets old enough to cash her own check.
And then she told Beyonce daddy to wear rubber that night. We wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Oh
wow.
But I'm glad my children don't look like that, because my children actually say, I can't wait till I can make it so I can buy you this and buy you that. I'm like, you have to do all that. They're like, nah, we see how hard you work. I want you to have that. Oh, well, do your thing. I can't wait till you make it too. I'm rooting for you too.
So what about the 4 cause? What about there's he said there's no more no fault divorce, right? So it has to have a cause, a fault. So the fault has to be something. Otherwise, the courts could say that's not enough of a reason.
Well, yeah,
right?
Yeah, but they should say that to make the motherfuckers work.
Right.
They work in to keep that shit. Yeah.
Oh, you leave.
I mean, you gotta remember
usually the fault.
Go ahead.
Usually the faults are, number 1, infidelity. Number 2, you are a convicted felon and you're doing more than 1 year in prison. And number 3, living apart for more than 1 year are usually the faults. Spousal abandonment, I think is what it's called.
Right. Exactly. Because that's exactly what it is. Abandonment. You know what I mean? Which is abandonment is the easiest divorce to file, because you can actually, back in the day, you can put it in the newspaper. I don't know about so much now, but you put it in the newspaper, and if they don't answer it, That's an automatic divorce, cuz.
I told him that, D-Rock. I remember them days.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, some of the way that some of these women did those publications in Houston were freaking gangsta AF. To Mr. So-and-so, I'd like to congratulate you and your girlfriend on a brand new baby boy.
Okay.
Pablo, look, I seen a billboard when I was living in California. I
This
saw a
is your
billboard.
wife.
I saw a
They took
woman
out a
divorcing
whole billboard.
her husband.
Yeah, they took out a whole billboard on Highway 59 doing this.
I remember when I was younger, I was living in California. I was like, wait, my grandmother told me. She's like, here we go again. And that's when I said, well, who is that? And she said, that woman is just filing for divorce. She told me what it was. When I was like, damn, a whole billboard? Yep, I remember looking at the newspaper and seeing it in the newspaper that if you don't answer, then y'all just good as gold.
Yeah, real talk.
All that I gotta send you a paper and wait for you to sign, and nigga, I told everybody we divorced. You didn't get the message. I guess too bad for you.
I just want to derail right quick and play this little short if y'all don't mind.
He said to me, my grandfather walked 10 miles to work every day. My father walked 5. I'm driving a Cadillac. My son is in a Mercedes. Said my grandson will be in a Ferrari. But he said my great-grandson will be walking again. So I asked him, I said, well, why is that? And he said to me, tough times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men.
Oh.
Weak men create tough times.
Amen.
He said to me, many will not understand, but you have to raise warriors.
That was tough.
Not wrong. Yeah, he's not wrong at all.
That was tough. That was tough right there, man. That was golly, that was it right there.
So that's what we at now. We got these weak men creating.
Yes, because these little niggas just don't know how to do nothing. They can't do any. Listen, they cannot count change back, yo. I'm sitting here waiting for my money back, and I'm looking at him figure out how to start counting from 1346. They cannot. They can't.
Hold on. We talking about folks that don't even know that a belt don't cost number $8.
$8.
You do not have to hold your pants up with your right hand. You know what I mean? You can get you a belt for $8 and it'll do all of that.
It'll do all that.
That's why I went to Chick-fil-A once, and there was a dude. He was struggling. Poor thing. I gave him.
Poor thing.
Poor thing. Because and this was during the time when the
Hold on, one. Shanika, you missed Kojak Super Chat? I can't even say my words. Super Chat.
Super Chat.
Oh shoot, I missed another one from Stan too. Hold on.
You are.
I didn't wait. I was
engrossed in the conversation.
I see Kojak right here.
Oh, whoa, where? Damn.
He say, you know what to do, and that he do.
Once upon a time, there was a moderator named Kojak the Great. He told mofos to get down or get put down. Drip Nation salute.
Welcome to motherfucking Detroit, goddammit. Wonderful shit.
No get put down on phone. Salute to the Motherfather, the Emperor. Kojak 313, the great, the Motherfather. Shout out to the Motherfather, dripping nation waste. I just throw a couple bills and she'll have a pair of hips.
Shout out to Stan Man with the follow-up.
Yes.
199. He said, let me see if this is working.
Yeah, mine didn't work earlier. And I put money on my Apple thingy to send it, and it still wouldn't work.
Try it again.
Hey, drip. Say let go drip nation. Money, money, money. Let get it, don't be surprised if she asks where the cash at. Drip under BK.
And you know what? Since I fucked up, we are gonna run it back.
Once upon a time, there was a moderator named Kojak the Great. He told mofos to get down or get put down. Drip Nation salute.
Welcome to motherfucking Detroit, goddammit. Wonderful for you. Shit.
No get put down on phone. Salute to the motherfather, he in peril. Kojak 313 the great, the motherfather. Shout out to the motherfather, dripping nation waste
Yes, you know I'ma listen. Shout out to
What up, Stan?
Kojak in the building. What up, Stan the man?
Salute to my
Hey,
favorite
Sugar.
family,
Man, oh,
Atlanta. Yeah.
What's going on,
Hey,
Stan?
okay.
No, go ahead, Stan. I'll say what's going on.
Oh, I thought you told me to hold on. Oh, yeah, salute to the chat. Hey, Drip, if you don't mind, give me a little latitude to unpack what that guy said. And this is
Go ahead.
why we always backwards, bro. Because he told you, and hey, if anybody got family and check their family, the people came out of bondage, right? Then they managed to get corn laundries, get all these acres of land and all that, right? Everybody was eating half the hog, right? And then that worked for that generation. The next generation, now guess what? Everybody's working, trying to find a job again. And that we keep going backwards, right? Because, and you know, and I'm telling you, and we're doing a good job of it, Drip. We want to forget what happened. See, because just because you can go get a job and get a house, you don't understand that this shit can happen again. You can go through history, the Great Depression, all these things, 2008 and all these things. We, people that don't experience it, they think it never happened. It's coming back again, but will you be prepared? And are you, and then you, that's why we keep starting over every generation, man. You know, so I land the plane there, brother.
Damn. Stan say, find the lie. Find the lie, Shanika. Find the lie.
You gotta create warriors. Not no little pussies.
Genesis dropped to 199.
Yeah, shout out to Sega Genesis with the 199 super holla. She said Shamirk and Drip Sweet. Egg roll fingers. How you doing?
Hey, hey, drip, say let go drip nation. Money, 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 let get it, don't be surprised if she asks where the cash at. Drip under be cash out, hit the super chat, I say let go drip nation. Hey, money, money, drip. Money, 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 money. Money, money, drip. Money, 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 money. Money, money, drip. Money, money, drip. Money, 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 money. Money, money.
I seen you dancing in your seat when you heard that. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Go
Oh,
ahead, hit that
Shanika.
right button.
Shanika.
You
Yes,
damn
sir.
sure caught me.
Hey, Shanika, can you say that last part again, what we should be building and creating?
So we should be building and creating. Yeah, what did I say?
Yeah, warriors.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
you
my
said
bad.
at the end of it.
Warriors.
Yeah, because that's what ended up happening. Because there's no way a warrior, if we passed on every generation, that, hey, this is our property, this is our land, we're going to keep it in the family, we're going to do what we got to do. But we'll sell it, we get rid of it, we do all those things. And then we sit on the panels and cry about it, you know. And I'm like, fine. I mean, hey, you know, what are we going to do? We create warriors. Why did they do warriors when they came through the worst things on the planet? Because we got Cushy, we got Pinky Five, got used to our licky chewy shit, and you don't know you're gonna get hit in the
What?
head. The difference
Ooh,
is they
Licky
would.
Chewy.
You heard what he said. Licky chewy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I didn't stutter. Hey,
it sound like
but
a
Drip,
Licky
this is the
Chewy
thing
sound
that-
like a
I
good
won't
time
say.
though.
Yeah, I
Playing.
think I won't.
I ain't
Right.
I thought you
That's a
talking about Buffalo.
that's a military. Yeah, that's a military term. You know, when everybody want their little creature comforts and all that. But watch this. It's amazing. See, because they was built to endure. We built not to endure anything.
I can't
We're
trust
gonna
these
see how
little
it's gonna
jokers
play
to
out
endure
now.
nothing. These little jokers ain't gonna endure nothing out here.
Hey,
They too scared to
exactly.
endure
So that's
themselves.
what we think. Exactly. That's my point.
I
Man,
have to
they
push
was
back.
built for this.
That's where I have to
Juan.
push back. Yeah, that's where I was going to say I have to push back because the majority of us in the Gen X, older millennial crowd, you know, we all dealt with the BTA treatment. We all dealt with some really, really rough, you know, moments in our lives. We're not gone yet. We haven't reached the mortality cliff, which starts, I think, when you hit 75, if I'm not mistaken. So I would give it. Well, not necessarily. Well, yeah, you're right. Before we know it, it'll be 2050, right in the middle of the 21st century. By the time I would say it's.
Do the math.
But
you can take off your shoes too to count too. And I'm telling you, it's not that many of us that's doing that, and we didn't raise our children to even endure. Some of the bad things, like D-Rock was saying earlier, nah, man, instead of throwing everything out the window, we just started over again. And we're going to keep starting over. But I didn't mean to cut you off, Juan.
No, you're fine. You actually complimented where I was getting at in that sense. Because, you know, a lot of us, I'll be quite honest, when I was a kid, and I got the BTA treatment because I did stupid stuff like everybody did, like threw a baseball and that baseball made friends with my stepfather's windshield one day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never do this to my kids. I'll never whip my kids. And we're seeing the effects of that. Those generations have not come to pass yet. Your generation alphas, your young generation Z's. And in fact, we have a new generation starting this year. Those generations, when those come to pass, then good Lord, we're screwed at that particular point. Because I mean, I'll give you an example. Dinner time, for example. I remember making habichuelas for my kid because that's all that I had. I was broke. I was in college. This was my next to last semester. And that was it. She wanted McDonald's. I was just like, well, pretend this arroz con habichuelas is a hamburger. She cried and I pulled the, well, if you don't want it, don't eat it in that regards. I remember telling that to a friend of mine during final exams or after final exams. And they're like, I'll never let my kid eat vegetables and suffer. And that's when I knew it's like, you know what?
It's a wrap.
If we're not careful, that generation is going to be weak AF. That's not good at all. Because bullets are going to fly over their heads when we get invaded, for example. And all, you know, us Generation Xers, we went outside. Try to test us. We're good. They, on the other hand, they'll actually get shell shocked or battle fatigue times 9,000. And the moment that happens, it's a wrap, like you guys are saying.
You mean they're going to ball up in the fetal position on the battlefield and put their thumb in their mouth?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, but we need to celebrate Wody, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, shout out to IB Wody with the $10 super holla. He said, let me slide on by since I missed Sunday service.
What's up, SB? Shout out Wody.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay, I shouldn't have been.
Hype me up. On me, you the one. Ain't nobody fucking with.
Definitely appreciate the support, y'all. Make sure y'all match that energy, or at least hit the like button and subscribe, and you do. Go ahead, D-Rock.
What up, Christopher J? What's up, boy?
What up, Chris?
Hey, Christopher Sugars.
I just think that was a concept. I'm glad you did play that short because everybody needed to hear that because that's what describes where we at now. Like the fact that we got generations that been taken out of the loop. Let's say they've been taken out of the loop of learning what working hard was from a very young age. Because you don't learn how to work hard growing up in the projects. Let's keep it real. You ain't gonna learn, you know, the morals and values that you're gonna need to survive in life growing up in the hood, growing up in the projects. Like it has its good things, but it also has this stuff that just keep us, you know, mentally down. But we kind of need to go back. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause like I said earlier, the way this shit been running for the last 25 years, we see it ain't working. And if it keep going like this, we won't be here in another 25 years. That's the whole thing. Like a lot of
Hey,
people get in their feelings about all this. Like it wasn't nothing extreme about that because, like I say, I run my house the same way. It wasn't no her body, her choice. We together. We ain't going nowhere. You get pregnant, we having that baby. You know what I'm saying?
What up,
Exactly.
What's happening?
So it just because at the end of the day, if she did get pregnant and she with a dude that didn't want that child, then she probably gonna start looking at me sideways if she got any value for her own self.
Well, back in the days, you had extended family and the community. Back in the days, we used to have generational households. It'd be an auntie in there, an uncle.
You're correct.
It'd be more than just me and the woman. Probably and back in the days we had one. Well, I'm a little older. All my people came from Mississippi, so they got big properties because they came with a whole bunch of people. So my grandmother had 2 deep freezers in the garage.
Yeah, nowadays people don't want to do nothing like that. Like, because even when we had conversations, we were talking about like, Mexicans and other cultures where it'll be 3, 4, 5, 6 families all in one house. Most black people are like, hell no, I want my privacy. I want my own place. I'm not trying to live with mama, auntie, uncle, and cousin.
Yeah, but that used to be us.
That's because of the rules that was told to you that you get to do. That's why you don't want to go back to that, because that's been drilled in. That's literally drilled in our culture. That when you get out and you get grown, this is what you get to do. And then they, for some people, it was a tumultuous experience until they actually became an adult. So they don't tend to want to go back to that. That world where those rules existed like that. That was
Yeah, I'm not saying
that was the incentive for most people that say I'm not gonna be like my parents and I don't want to move back home because when you get grown, you get to do you get to voice your opinion when you get your own house, when you get to get your own car, when you get your own kids and you're grown. Then they get all that stuff and now they don't want to ever go back to being a child again.
But I'm saying, because I seen what Coach Ferg put in there. What I meant by the folks that a lot of the folks that do grow up in that project atmosphere. Yes, there are some that do make it out and be like, nah, this ain't the life that I want to live. I want a better life or whatever. But I'm saying we can't overlook or deny the fact that there's generations of people that's been project living.
Yeah.
And that's all they know. You know what I'm saying?
And not everybody, well, it's enough of them that it was a negative experience. But what other group of people is doing that where they individualistic and they can't be around their brother, sister, cousin, mother, uncle, father? I don't see nobody else doing that.
No. Cause we can talk junk about the trailer park community, but they still was a community.
Oh yeah, to this day.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
Drug addicts, alcoholics, but they still all in that trailer.
Real talk.
I grew up in the trailer park, man.
Right. So yeah, I'm just saying, like it does. Like I said before, I'm gonna preface it again. It has its goods and its bad, but let's not overlook that the majority of it was bad because you got generations of people that's growing up with nothing really to strive for because you don't own that. You grow up knowing I don't own this apartment building. This is where I stay at, but I don't own this apartment building. Matter of fact, I'm only really living in this particular unit, and you have a unit mentality. You know what I'm saying? As far as a single, just this is my spot, nothing else. Versus when you grow up and get my bad.
That's also an education. I was going to say that's also an education issue as well because growing up in an apartment on Section 8 and on food stamps and TANF, WIC and all of that stuff, that was supposed to be designed as as Jay-Z put it, that was designed to be a one-stop shop. And those people that are working, that are getting real good income tax refunds, I hate you, by the way, after I got my tax bill. But the thing is when it came to that, on the education side, people needed to be taught, for example, how to save, the value of money, how to create an asset and monetize it, and things like that. There are a lot of people that are blowing $8,000 tax refund checks, and I'm like, damn, it's hard to buy a house, but shit, in 10 years, that's a house, $80,000, $96,000 that you could have saved up from when the kid was 6 months old to when the kid was 13.
Yeah, you
And
talking
you're still
about
getting that.
financial. Yeah, you talking about financial literacy, right?
Not just
But
that, but
it's
just
deeper
being educated to know that if you're growing up in an apartment on Section 8, it's designed as a one-stop shop. You're supposed to
No,
step off of
it's supposed to be a temporary thing. It wasn't supposed to be a one-stop shop.
Yeah, that's called
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
assistance for a reason.
it's
Yep.
it's deeper. It's deeper than that too, right? Because let's get to the surface, right? I've never seen somebody build an old building, right? And so meaning this, you take it, you doing graffiti on the walls, you urinating or whatever and defecating in the stairwells, in the elevators, shooting all the lights out. I'm telling you, nobody came from somewhere else to do that. So it's the mindset. Why would I tear up where I live, right? You
'Cause they
got
don't have
dishes
no
all over the
ownership,
place.
Stan.
No. That's
lack
fine.
of-
But
no,
I'm
lack of
saying it's
ownership
deeper
make you
than.
treat your- I'm saying lack of ownership.
Yeah,
does make you treat it
right,
like that.
right.
It's not
Right.
that though. It's not lack of ownership.
Ownership
It's
is
being
deeper
inside.
than it.
It's being inside of a house where you're hearing somebody saying, "I hate this shit," but they're not articulating exactly what it
Right.
is that they hate. So when you hear the adult saying, "This ain't shit," I hate this shit,
And you
this
say
is
they're
stuff
watching
standard
them.
living.
Watch
And yeah,
them
the
that they
babies
ain't
watch
cleaning
that.
up and they
Yeah.
ain't doing things.
Yes.
Right. Right.
So
And
it's
they
not
they
only
continue the same behavior.
Yeah, that's it. See, it's not only generational welfare, it's generational trauma, it's generational anger, it's generational hate. Because what people will do is they'll go to the family reunion, then after the family reunion go, "I can't stand that bitch such and such." And they talking about their own family. Or this uncle that's still around that and done some inappropriate stuff when people was young. It's all in family secrets and stuff that get you to the point where that's why you hear young cats talking about, "I hate niggas," and they be black.
Yeah, I
because,
get
I
it.
mean,
But
the
what makes
niggas
a
are
person
mentality.
mindset live in filth? That
But
the
hold
filth
on.
you creating and keep creating. What changed somebody's mindset to do that? But go ahead. You got it. You got it, D-Rock.
No, I'm just saying, like it's not hard to understand when a person come up in the environment when they ain't shown no love, they ain't taught no love, and then they don't love themselves. If you don't love yourself,
so
you can't
chocolate.
love nothing else. Like
Yeah,
you can't have pride for anything else, like especially where you live from. Just like you were saying, like if you hear the people that you look up to, or you know what I'm saying,
Chanel.
if they saying that the place where we live at ain't shit, then you gonna feel like that too.
Exactly.
birthday
That's my
chocolate.
point.
And
That's
how
my
you gonna
point.
how you gonna take care of something or have pride in something if you feel like this ain't shit?
Well,
Like
that's
this ain't no
that's the point.
vista or no view, and the damn show ain't a view of a vista. You feel me? Like I get it, but that's what I'm saying. We were put in those type of positions for a reason, and everybody don't make it out. Everybody don't have the strength or the courage to make it out, and it does take a lot of both.
Well, when I lived in the projects, they was beautiful. I watched them be
I've
destroyed.
been.
Yeah, by design, right?
Hey,
They were destroyed
yeah,
by
and
design.
me
My
too,
bad.
Night.
No. The
But
people in the
then
projects was
you
saying, "Fuck
no
this tree, it's
no.
busting out
Wait
the
a
ground."
minute. They throwing trash on the ground outside the house. But watch this, Night. Even in the projects, you can go to some people's houses. Man, it's immaculate. You remember they had the little bee things and everything was in place.
For
But I'm
sure.
telling you, it's the mindset. They're in the same project. They're in the same situation, living through the same struggle. If we don't get to the youth early enough before they adopt that mindset, we got a problem. And now we lived enough life to see it actually playing out now.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa, we clean our rooms, Night, and I know you too. I know you clean your rooms, you did what it is, no matter what the hell was going on. Even people were arguing and fussing. You did this because they're gonna keep the
It's so
house
studio.
because it was a sense of doing things the right way. But parents are not doing. They seeing you being sloppy. They seeing you being a certain way. It's a you thing, you know. So again, we need to get the youth because a lot of other people they already wired, and y'all want to be mental, be militant and all this shit and blame the world. Man, nobody blame you. Blame the world because you don't brush your teeth, you don't wash, you don't take it and pick up behind yourself. It's somebody never taught them that, right? And that's where we head into. We see it now.
It's
That's
worse
why them
than
parents
that.
get ready to get charged, and I land there. That's why them parents get ready to be held accountable. We already seen cases like Juan said. The parents gonna be held accountable. You don't just get a check. You responsible for what you create. And I land the plane there.
Well, yeah, did used to just get a check because it's no checks and balances, and it's worse than that. So just like you saying, when we were young, we had to make up our beds when we got up. We had to go in the bathroom and wash your face and brush. It was a whole little, program. But that's your parents putting you on that program. And I went to some of my friends' houses where they could have their muddy boots on the couch and be smoking blunts. And their parents would be right there.
Well, also to compliment what you guys said.
Hold on, Juan. Hold on.
Real quick, to compliment what you just
Wait, hold on, Ron. Juan, hold on. I'm calling you Ron. Lord Jesus. Ron.
Shout out to BJ with the $5 super holler. He said, "Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, chocolate. Turn
Happy
up."
birthday, chocolate.
She say twerking on a waterbed, Lord.
Yeah, twerking on the waterbed.
Ain't nothing.
What'd you say?
Ain't nothing moving.
Oh.
That's a slow ass twerk. Yeah, Drip know what you're talking about.
Hype me up, man. Hype me up.
Hype me up. On me, you the one. Ain't nobody fucking with.
Shout out to
chocolate or pictures or it didn't happen.
Oh God.
That's funny because my uncle used to have a waterbed and that shit popped one time. Like it was a disaster.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the
I
water.
was just gonna say real quick.
Shout out to the waterbed. Yeah. Go ahead, Juan.
I was just gonna say real quick that to compliment what they just said, the thing is for the people that are living in Section 8 that have their apartments or their houses immaculate, those are the people that usually are not on Section 8 law. Those are the people that actually level up and take a step up
Hold on, to add to that, even if they did stay on it long, they came to a realization that, you know what, I'm making this work for me. It ain't about where I am. You know what I'm saying? I even though I'm here, I'm still take pride in where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in the project, but my mentality ain't in the projects. And usually those would be the ones that make it out. So once it start getting to where it's in they little breezeway or in their front yard, then they be like, yeah, it's time to go.
There you go. Because we was living in there. I remember mom sending us to Standard Brand to get paint. We was doing repairs. We was going outside painting over graffiti.
What's up, creative?
They snatch a tree out the ground. We'll go get a tree.
Right.
So creative.
Plastic still on the couch in the living room. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
even though our stuff was render center, it looked good.
Right.
Shit. Ain't nobody knew that shit.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Unless you missed the payment, then everybody knew that shit.
Because they coming to get it.
They gotta catch it.
In the big truck too, the big rental center.
Yeah.
That's true not to open the door because my mama said don't open the door.
No, you saw center trucks.
Yeah.
Because if you open that door, that house cleaned out. So,
Real talk.
hey, but I'm gonna tell you this. If Coach Ferg go above it, this is why. See, because I'm not speaking from just one perspective of life. Because throughout my life, and I know Coach Ferg and some of y'all have also, is that man, I met young men and young ladies that their mindset was one way. I'm telling you, you can reform them, but it's better if we do it early. And people don't want to fund that early. So if you come to the military, these are the rules. And a lot of them didn't even know that it was worth anything, getting structure, and their eyes light up. Can you imagine a child coming up there don't know how to wash their clothes? Don't you imagine a child? I mean, not a child, a young adult that everything is foreign to them, right? So if we want to put money towards something, we need to be able to help. But people don't want to go in the trenches and people don't want to roll their sleeves up. But I did it for 36 years, 2 months and 25 days of my life. And I'm telling you, them jokers retired sergeant majors and they did all this stuff. The families got better, showed them programs where their marriages and they can get help. So I'm not talking just from my seat, me saying, Stan, that just worked for you. I'm telling you, a lot of them don't get it because you got to be something going on where that you decide to live in filth, right? As a human being. And I'm like, okay, well, we got their mind right. And, you know, and thank God, man, that somebody cared enough to take the time with them children, because a lot of people, you know, other leaders, they would just chapter you out, failure to adapt. And D-Rock, you know about that. They said failure to adapt and throw them back to the line, right? So I learned the plane there.
Yep, pretty much.
No, it's a bunch of people that's comfortable with living in shit.
On God, on phone them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I see it.
They think they winning. We butlers.
Yeah, prime example, that one.
If you clean up around them, they wouldn't know
Oh,
how to
yeah.
find shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the part that always gets me. You're driving a Mercedes-Benz AMG, and you're living in an apartment, and your apartment is crappy as hell. Everybody's tracking dirt all over the place or what have you, and you think you're living your best life. Like, wait a minute, what? I don't think that means what you think it means.
I mean, they
You can't
got
tell
an
them
AMG. They got the best car out there in they complex.
Yeah.
He the man out there. Some people are comfortable with just being the man out there where they at.
Yeah.
Until that car's on blocks because they took the tires.
Like, I ain't gonna hold you. It's a house.
Hey, can I actually
Hold on real quick, Stan. It's a house that's in my mama neighborhood, right?
go ahead? You got it, Drew.
And my mama in them neighborhood probably up to about 300,000, right? It's a house that's a one story. We know it wasn't 300,000, right? Bruh, that boy, brand new G-Wagon and Porsche 911 in the driveway. Double a house. The cars cost way, and I'm just like, what is this nigga thinking about? And it's him by himself.
But his house is clean, right, Drip? I mean, the yard
I'm
looks
just saying though, like, I'm just saying the priority part of it was crazy. I'm just
Right.
like, you got
But we spoke about
$150,000 truck and a $150,000 car and a house, and the fucking neighborhood don't go with 300,000. And I know your one story was not 300,000.
right, but y'all talked about that earlier, and that's why I kind of wanted to chime in on. But I kind of spoke on it. You know what I mean? Like I said, the difference between a man that has a family, him going to the grocery store, and a single person, man or woman, going to the grocery store. They buggies are going to look completely different. Like
Facts. I agree.
the money, because the money that we would have as parents, if we can get back all the money that we ever spent on our children, I can go buy me a small planet, a planetoid. I got enough to buy me a small planet. Like, real talk. Like, if you talking about from the diaper stage on up, bro, that's a grip.
Shit.
That's a grip. I got
Be a
20.
Dubai island.
I got 22. I got two 25-year-old and ups. You know what I'm saying? Like, so 25 years of me pouring into that. Man, that's a grip.
Hey, but I'll say this, and I gotta no worries, brother. I just want to run something by y'all, right? And I want to see how y'all think about it. So let's take a person, you know, that goes to work every day, right? Every day. And they know that they got to wear clothes, right? Because we're in America. Now, why every morning they beat the snooze alarm, and then I wonder what I'm going to wear every day. See, because when I was raised, you know, so that's why the military, I ain't going to say it was like easy, but I already knew the ropes because I already had structure and discipline. Instead of on the weekend, wash your clothes, iron your clothes, put your clothes in there, line it up with your shoes, your tie, depending on what kind of job you have. Why every morning you wake up with frustration? It's something wrong with that. Even my grandchildren, they do that now, right? I'm like, wow. And then, you know, Drip, it's traffic on the road, right? But you still procrastinate and complain about traffic on the road, right? No problem. You see, and I'm like, it's things that we can control and control the controllables, but just line all your clothes up. That's it. And then you just pick out what you're going to get. But every day, and everybody ain't no dang on kids, grown adults in their 30s and their 40s, every dang on morning, they still go through the same routine and complain all the time. I'm telling you, it's the mindset. Hey, join the Patreon is more there.
Hey, Nidus, and Mr. Stan, what do y'all think about what we were talking about earlier with the whole singles can vote, you can't vote? That question.
I wasn't here. Can you repeat it?
The Hemp 7, the things that Hemp was saying with regards on that show with Sherelle with the parameters on only voting if you're married, heterosexual, there's no my body, no my choice, leave with what you came with.
Oh, that's over.
50-50.
That ain't gonna happen.
All that. Parents get in trouble, the kids get in trouble.
You mean if we could turn back time?
Well, that's what I was saying too, but I was just wanting to know y'all thoughts since we were
We're not going back there. We're not going back there. People are saying that this is something going wrong. No, this was planned. This is meant to go this way. So everything is actually going right.
Okay, I'm with Nidus, and I'm gonna be brief. It's a foregone conclusion because you ain't putting the genie back in the bottle. And I land.
Oh, one house, one pot, one house, one vote.
BJ, you caught that?
All that.
I hear what you're saying, Stan, but like I said, that's how all that stuff that she was saying, that's exactly how I run my house.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. The people that's still there are there, right? But I've had too many conversations in the space where people are completely into what I call social fluidity. And social fluidity means anything goes, and they're willing to fight about it.
Right.
Now, those people that's still trying to keep those standards, you go make sure that you have pride and ownership. Pride and ownership don't matter if I live in the projects. I'm still cleaning up my place. If I didn't have all these damn boxes and all this stuff up in here, you wouldn't see this crap everywhere. It's just, I was about to start an Airbnb. But every day, I can't sit around and just look at clutter. It's impossible for me. I got to cut my hair every 2 days. I got to trim my beard every 2 days. I don't see how people can be online spitting on the floor in the places they live in.
Yeah, real talk. That always disgusted me. But clutter makes it hard for certain people to think, because I'm one of them. I can't cook if you know what I'm saying, the kitchen dirty, I can't cook in it. You know what I'm saying? I got to do that first and then cook. You know what I mean? I can't think straight in a room full of clutter. And I ain't even no neat freak. It's chaotic in here. So, you know what I mean? My mind gonna match that.
I used to be a neat freak. I had to get over it because other people was living around me. But yeah, I'm cleaning as I'm cooking.
Mm-hmm. I could deal with organized chaos.
Who in the bathtub?
Hello?
Clean as you go.
No,
what do you mean, who's in the bathtub?
We already know who it is, Drip.
What are you asking? What are you asking?
Cam up.
It's an owl in the bathtub.
Not an owl. Lord Jesus. Ooh. All you hear is drop, drip.
Okay.
Drip.
This is the drip. This is the drip show. So hey, you got the sound effect.
Yeah. Cool sound effects.
Follow the drip.
Gene. Follow the drip. Don't drown, Gene.
What's less than a drip? Condensation? That's what I'm about to call you.
Yeah.
You can't call me that. You can't fix
condensation is just moist. It's not a full drip. It's just moisture.
Well, it's enough moisture that'll turn into a drip.
A drip, yeah. When condensation grows up, it becomes a drip. Oh,
Lord Jesus. Shanika, what say you? What the hell you got going on?
I already said it. I said it. I agree. for what they were saying, and I'm not in the shower, so I was quiet.
But I mean, I believe that certain people want to enforce these kind of things, but I just think that in one breath they say, you know, the community that's pushing all this stuff is such a tiny community. Then every other second we're hearing about, you know, maybe that's the misconception that we think that it's a tiny community and it's larger than what we think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are fed up with seeing things the way it is. But like I said, we've been trying this way ever since at least the beginning of the new millennium, and we 25 years in. There ain't nothing really changed for the better.
Well, for them, it's better. For them, this is wonderful.
I mean, for who? Like the powers that be?
For like EJ to come out and say he tell his daddy, you know, I don't know who that boy is that you said you had.
Oh Lord.
Hey, can we be honest? We try to throw it on a one president or whatever. Man, look at all the people, right? And I don't know if I sent it to you and Shanika and you and Drip, but watch this. All the powerful people. Why do you think they voted for all this stuff? Look at who their children are.
Because they freaks.
We miss it. We miss it every time. Yeah, but we put it on one person. Oh, that one person wanted to let them in the bathrooms. I'm like, wait a minute. Man, them jokers ain't that powerful and pull that lever. But look at the ones that's doing it. Look at what their children are doing. They're going to protect their family like you protect yours.
Right.
I'm like, okay, you know, let's think about it. And we get so blinded and we keep looking at one person. Nah, man, look at the people that's pulling the levers. That's really, you know, like the Wizard of Oz. When they saw the eyes behind the curtain, that's who pulling the levers. And all of them that's powerful, filthy rich, look at who their children are. Those are the ones that's hey, thank you, Genesis. I couldn't have said it better. But that's what we doing. We can get fixated on that, man. They ain't gonna outvote they dang on children, they children interests, and nor would you. So let's stop the rapping and capping, man. I mean, because you're full of more crap
every day.
But Stan Austria, that's what they've been kind of doing though. If we being honest, they've been doing that for the last couple of decades. They ain't been
what?
They've been voting against the interests of their own children.
No, I don't think so. I think it's the other way.
Not anymore.
All right. Yeah, okay.
No, because the kids will have rights to.
It's the other way.
Transition, so they have to vote against something. I don't know.
I said.
Charge the bomb.
I'm saying,
get out.
No, all I'm saying is.
I'm talking about the people that's walking on their tiptoes. Grown children walking on their tiptoes.
Right, but hear me out.
That's what we talking about.
I know what you're saying, and I agree with that. But what I'm talking about is they're even saying now that these folks coming out of college and things like that, they can't afford houses. Like they don't even have the same pursuit of happiness that we had 25, 30 years ago. Being that they don't have the same pursuit of happiness because they don't even seem like it's even obtainable. Like that changes your mind. That changes your perspective on life.
And they don't have the skills. They don't have the skills.
They're already millionaires and billionaires.
They don't know how to do all the other stuff to maintain a house. These jokers is letting these houses. The ones that do have them, they don't know how to maintain them. So that's why I see what you're saying, but I see why they're choosing because it's less for them to do because they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do a lot of stuff. These jokers don't know how to do it. Could take care of themselves they don't have the pride in cutting the grass and tending to the front lawn and planting the flower. All that stuff that came with wanting a home. They don't have that. Not even the attainable factors that they don't even have the desire to do all that or the skill set.
But Genesis, that's what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
So
that was by design. Like how you gonna know how to cut grass when you've been like I say, I keep going back to
in an apartment. Oh, okay.
Exactly. Because that ain't your
But
grass.
the majority of us wasn't in an apartment.
Somebody I know, but that apartment complex for the most part got somebody that's already paid an outside source to come and cut that grass. So that means all them children aren't learning the art or the skill of landscape. Point blank.
Therefore, there's no desire to own a home.
That's just exactly, but that's just one little thing. And I'm saying it's a lot of things built into that type of life that you just don't get privy to until it's too late.
I don't know about that one. I think people like this shit. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go further. I'm gonna say they love it. It's people coming out of 2-parent homes that grew up in a house that they don't like it. They don't, all those traditional things you talking about. Not gonna appreciate it. I love it. They don't like it. They don't want to do it.
I dated a guy like that. He was like, listen, if you want me to cut some grass or fix something that go broke in his house, we dated for a couple of weeks. But when he told me that, I was like, what you mean? He was like, oh, I don't cut grass. I don't know how to do all that stuff. I know how to call a maintenance person, but I can call the fixing man, but I can't do none of that. He said, because I ain't never had to. So I ain't gonna start now. He a grown ass 30-something-year-old man at the time.
Hey, but watch
that's why I got a couple of lawns to cut like this week. Thank you. I appreciate folks like him. They keep me in business.
Hey, Nadish in the panel. Now think about it, right? So instead of keeping that going, right? Because I guess we grew up and we work in summer jobs. I look forward to summer jobs. I look forward to being able to cut the elder people grass, and they give you just a quarter or 50-cent piece, right? It wasn't even about that, right? So now watch this. What did it do? I'm telling you, not as you were spot on. They gave them gaming system. And guess who the traffic controllers that they're hiring to 18 years old? I think it's 18 to 31 or 18 to 35. They talking about hiring them to be traffic controllers. See, because ain't nobody caring about the maturity, the mentality, whatever. If you can play a game, you can do this. And that's what technology has ushered in. Yeah. So
but
that's what I'm saying.
That was also a rite of passage too. What you're talking about is you can hear the pride in your voice about the fact that was a rite of passage. So these young men in specific aren't getting that experience that you got, which is I felt good about cutting my neighbor's grass because that was a rite of passage. That was you coming to the next level of being from a little boy to a big boy to a grown young man. Ain't no rite of passage.
Get out.
Ain't no who writes the passage in these young boys.
Yeah.
Who's showing them how to change oil on the car to be like that's your grown up move? Who's showing them that?
Probably the same thing that's showing.
And I wanna
my stomach being empty is what gave me the motivation to get out here and cut some yards.
Absolutely. Hey, but it builds character, right? And whatever somebody sexuality is, that's not my fight. I fought for everybody that had to fight for many years. That's not what I'm on. I'm saying, think about where all this stuff came from, and that's where it goes. I mean, just follow the money, follow the breadcrumbs. If you don't want to follow money, I'm telling you, and we complaining about something that's been going on for years, especially those of us that's at least 30 something plus. You've seen it. You just didn't pay attention. You were too busy bopping around. I'm telling you, they've been playing this game for a long time. Now, as we live long enough, bro, we've seen this game go back and forth and back and forth. The difference is we still standing because we was prepared for it, right? But with my children, I got to reinforce things with them. So it's just like, man, it's coming. Nobody can stop it. It happened throughout my life, Nadia's life. You ain't stopping it, but the ones that weather the storm is the ones that make it to the other side. But we ain't teaching people how to get through the storm because everybody used to sunshine and rainbows, like in Miami. And I land the plane there.
I think they have seen sun. I think they have seen grass cut. I think they do know what a mechanic is. I'm positive they know what HVAC is. They don't want to do it. When people is making money online, pretty much doing nothing. I've watched these streamers.
That's my point.
They making money hand over fist, and all they doing is smoking weed. They getting high so long. I looked at DDG had a IV drip. That man is too young to have an IV drip. That's something old people used to do. They got to get
young people do that now. They get the vitamin C and the whatever it was that they get.
No, I understand they do it now, but does that make sense to you? The man is a boxer.
They're draining themselves.
Yeah, they're depleting themselves trying to keep up with this. So we looking at them have a party after party after party after party after party after party, Don Julio after Don Julio, blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt. Now some of them dudes are drinking lean. All the things we've already seen fail, they're acting out. It's something about the criminal mindset and the prostitution mindset that's being overly emphasized on these streaming shows. If you look at the humiliation rituals that go on in things night after night after night after night after night. And then you got to have an IV. They're snapping in front of your face, and they kids.
But Drip is right. So he got to a point in his life when he had to do everything in his house. Then when he got to a certain level, he had somebody to do it, but he didn't get hustled because he knew what it should cost and what the labor was to do it, right? But it's like, man, it's a lost art. Don't worry about it. We be so far behind, and it's okay. And I ain't talking about us as a people, but as America. And they watch this stuff that's going on across the pond. They act like it's a movie. Apartments getting knocked down, getting hit, and all that. You think it can't happen here? I'm like, okay, y'all keep on.
They know.
And you ask anybody on this panel that they can ever be sitting on the porch and see the house next door to them just in splinters and see tanks rolling up and down the road. Never seen it.
Sure they can.
You think they think about that?
They might not think about it, but sure they can. When I was in Oregon, they had a couple of houses go boom because of meth labs.
Right.
When I was younger, they had them. You remember the Batarang? That was a literal tank.
Yeah, 90s. I'm talking about United States.
I know
as a
exactly
whole.
what you're talking about. I know exactly.
They never seen none of that. They can't even imagine a Batarang.
They don't care at all. I understand what you're saying. I understand your passion. They don't care.
Yeah, that was my point. You got it, brother. You're right. They don't care.
Well, it's not me. They don't care.
I'm not you, brother. I'm talking about them. They don't care until it ends up. I don't care about health until it's my health. I don't care about things happening until it happens directly to me, right? And that individualistic approach that you talk about all the time. Say, guys, that ain't gonna work. But they've been getting away with it so long, they don't know when the shit hit the fan. You don't know who your neighbors are. You don't know where to go and all that. Because they haven't experienced it. Because Lord help them if they ever open up a book, and then they'll see it or talk to their loved ones that's still on this earth before they transcend, and they'll tell you what they went through. They say, that never happened. Okay.
But
I learned the plane there. You got the mic now.
Oh, go ahead.
I wasn't saying nothing.
No.
Okay, you go ahead, D-Rock, man. My bad. I wanted to pass it back to him. I thought he wasn't done. My bad.
It kind of what you were just talking about, though, Stan, kind of brings us back to what we was speaking on before. Some of the points that we had about the single people voting versus the married people voting, or the family, people in families and stuff voting. Like it's a different mindset because it's a different walk in life. Those two individuals don't have the same walk.
Exactly.
So they're not gonna have the same interest, or they're not gonna push the same policies. They're gonna push what benefits them, singly or individually, versus supporting something that's gonna, bring up the group.
So let's keep it right there. So the reason why I brought up social fluidity, that's not so much about LGBT community, even though they might be forcing it. But when you think about things like BLM mission statement said one of their missions was to end the nuclear family. They're saying that the nuclear family is a social construct that failed. So that's one of the reasons why young people don't want to get married. And then inside these colleges, these sociology people and whatever else is indoctrinating these young ladies because they keep telling them that, they was oppressed and that, being up under somebody's oppression, that you have strength. And now the new thing, another part of social fluidity, is this thing called the divine feminine. And a lot of them, if you ever see all these septum rings, these rings they wear between their nose, and then you listen to them talk, they all say pretty much the same thing. They keep talking about a divine feminine, which means that they're God. I listen to multiple women say,
I don't even know what that means. That real,
they are God. They are goddamn liars.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So they believe that. So this is what they're saying. Why should they listen to their creation?
Hey, nice before because I'm getting older. I'm getting older too. Hey, D-Rock, let me roll with this one real quick. This is the thing that happens, right? So now you got people like Nighty said that they think this way. But thank God for people like Drip and Genesis and, just to name a few, and Chanel. They hadn't had children of their own yet, but they got nieces and nephews. So do you think they say they want to put a park there? But now just go back to what you said, individualistic, right? But thank God for people like that because they're still in their family lives, and most people are not family oriented, right? And that's what we miss it at. Just because I don't have children, right? I ain't gonna say don't put a park here. Hey, just because I don't have children, hey man, we need to get the money and use the budget to get them new books or get a computer lab. But they said it's for the children because they're involved in their family life. But like Nadi says all the time, individualistic.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying, and that's I think that's very well true. I don't think the whole group of single people would just think individually because it's a bunch of single people that just or people who don't have kids, not because they don't like kids or they don't want kids, but they, you know what I'm saying, they still might be thinking on the same level or still pushing the same, married agenda. Let's say
we said that earlier. We asked you that earlier when you said about the teacher.
But hold on. But let me finish. But we cannot, and this is what I believe their thinking was. We cannot depend on the whole group having that mindset because we already know that if there are people within that group that have a mindset, they don't even represent the whole, basically. So they just don't want to take that chance, and that's why they said we rather for single people to just not participate in the voting process, because I'm sure they knew that there are single people that did have that goal in mind eventually. But even with that being said, y'all can have that goal in mind, but until you dare actually do it or put it into practice, then can't vote. So sit your ass down over there.
Dang. To the further rocks. Oh yeah.
But I got a question. I mean, it's not on the same lines of what we were just talking about, but I just want to know what people think about this particular question. Because it goes to this dude that deleted his legacy.
Yeah.
Do you think if 50-50 was in place and he didn't believe that he would actually lose his legacy, you think he still would have deleted his legacy?
I don't think none of them would do it. The moms or the dads who have done that, like the lady who drove all the kids in the van into the lake, like none of that would happen right. because it's the stress. I don't have kids, but I understand and I've seen it. I've dated men with kids, and it's a lot of the the tumultuous experience or the stress is of going through the figuring out who's going to do what and get what and who's fighting for what. So if it's automatic, if it's like, hey, look, in the state of divorce, there has to be a fault, and at the end of the day, there's no need to go to a magistrate. There's no paternity court. There's no custody battle. It's automatically 50-50. Then the people who are, who are overworked or won't be overworked because it won't be all on one mom, so that she won't drive the kids into the lake in a van.
Right.
And the dad won't be underappreciated and will be lacking his contact with the men who are fighting for their kids will be able to actually get that fight and win the fight. So all the moms won't be stressed out going through postpartum and putting the one woman just what they do. What was the lady that just called, put the baby in the suitcase or put him in the drawer or some shit. Like none of that would happen because it would be requiring that other person who made the child to be 50-50 responsible automatically. But then again, that might circumvent having the kid to begin with.
Exactly. See, that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of the things that were said that seemed like they were extremes, they wasn't really extremes once you mine it out. Once you really get down to the nitty gritty of the thought process of why they even came up with that stuff in the first place. That's
what you mean by that. What you mean specifically?
The 50-50 kid custody factor that we just talked about.
No. What he was just saying, the stuff that he was saying that they make seem extreme.
Well, the rule that 50-50 that he said was extreme.
Yeah,
for
like he announced it or he said it as that's an extreme. Like one of the things that was an extreme was
the man who deleted the children. I'm just trying to understand where we at.
No. I'm talking about like far as the list that Hamp had.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear. Could you replay a little bit of it, please?
All right.
Genesis got it wrote down. Yeah.
Oh, she wrote it. Okay, but I still don't. I don't know what part it is.
Yeah.
It's them talking about voting, right? And it's the list of what he said. Remember he said, right? Because he said he's going to give a prescription, right, of some extremes. In these extremes, voting only if you're married, no LGBTQ, based on the definition of marriage being a man and a woman. No, my body, my choice in consensual situations. One home, one vote, one pot, one home. There has to be fault divorce. So there's no fault divorce. There has to be a reason. Leave with what you came with. We talked about that earlier as well. 50-50 with the kids is automatic. So there's no custody battle, none of that. And then the parents get in trouble when the kids get in trouble. So the young kids that did this to that little girl and put the rocks in her mouth, the parents get in trouble too, right? So all the kids get in trouble. The teen takeovers, all the kids, the mamas and daddies in trouble too. So yeah.
Oh, so he was saying that those prescriptions were extreme.
Well, some people said altogether they're extreme, but what he's saying is if you break it down
from desperate measures.
Right,
So
and then
that's
D-Rock
what's
is saying
to correct society.
to correct, right. And then D-Rock is saying if you actually, as a whole, people say, oh, that's a lot, right? I'm not about to go to jail for my son. I'm not about to, one vote, one house, and I vote, I ain't giving him my money, one pot. But when they break it down and say why it would make sense to society, that's what he's saying we're doing. So earlier we talked about the leave with what you came with, right? How it may not work if we both started off in college and we didn't have nothing, and then we get together and then we leave with what we came with. Where is everything going to go? Who's going to get all the money that we made?
It's going to be poverty. It's going to be poverty.
That's how we moved out. How we got to that part where the kids are 50-50 automatic. So there's no court of determining who has custody because it's automatic 50-50. So there's no custody court, there's no magistrate, there's no child support because there's no need for that because if we divorce, it's an automatic 50-50 with the kids.
Yeah, because I honestly think when it comes down to that, you leave what you came with. I think that would actually make people sit down and realize that, yeah, we came in one way, but look where we are now.
But that's what I'm saying.
Is it worth throwing all this away to do what?
Evidently it is to be impoverished and to be in poverty. So here's the thing. I'm listening to exactly what Stan said earlier. If you follow the money, most of that stuff don't have nothing to do with them idiotic people who had their baby. It has something to do with these governmental agencies. They make all their money through lawyers and other stuff, taking your stuff. So they're not finna in no court.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but this is like hypothetically speaking. If these things were to be put back into place, because this is what it was once upon a time.
Right, and Sherelle was saying she was saying something in regards to like how it would eliminate a certain demographic vote because the majority of that population that votes are single mothers. So if now you're saying their vote don't count, and now that's going to eliminate all those people. And then we were also saying in regards to the fact, like even just the 50-50, a single person who doesn't have kids doesn't have to vote on that or doesn't worry about that, doesn't even have to consider that that's only towards married people, and how a married person would vote with a single person in mind because your children are single until they grow up and get married. Whereas I don't have to care about if there's a 50-50 split. I don't have kids. However, I wouldn't vote against something as a single person to where it damages children in the long run. That's kind of heinous. And you're through.
Yep, and you're through. You drop the mic.
Yeah, but watch this. Hey, but watch this. There's no law on the planet, right, that says that either parent, the mother or the father of the child, has to spend time with the child. There's no law, right? So it's a bigger story. So they can just pay and never see the child. I heard some guys say the other night, I'm gonna wait till my child 18. But you're gonna have to pay. But there's no law in the book and say, hey, you must. See, because you got to add that in. You're going to do 50-50 custody. You must. And who wants that in America? They tell you, D-Rock, I don't care, you on the movie set or whatever. You must take your child. Come on, man.
Well, his life would be,
but the only thing they got,
revolving around his kid being in his life.
Set up a booster seat next to the director seat.
Yeah, but
life would be involving the kids. Right now, these niggas' life don't even involve the kids at all.
But when I'm saying the law, right? The law. And if you do 50-50 custody, but you can still go to the court and petition the court and say, this is why this person can't be around, right?
So if you do 50-50 automatically, there is no court to go to because that eliminates.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes,
but
it
you're
is.
Saying, no, yes, that's what they're saying is that would fix that. He's saying these are prescriptions that would fix having that conversation ever happening. There's no need to have a conversation. There's no court to go to if there's a 50-50 split. Period.
Let's get in the real world. Let's get in the real world.
And we'll fix that conversation. So that it will fix it in the real world.
It doesn't fix anything.
You ain't got to yell at me. Go to Hamp's panel and tell him. I'm just saying.
No. I'm having a conversation with people on the panel. Watch this. If I'm homeless, I'm living up under a bridge. I got 50-50 custody. It's going to always be in the best interest of the child. And there ain't no way of getting around it. You know why? Even the richest people on the planet.
No,
the richest people.
Hold on, because now we got.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me land the plane here. Even the richest people on the planet, they know that somebody, because they know if they live long enough, they're gonna get older. If the children are so damaged and messed up, who's gonna be there and work the job? Who's gonna work in the hospital? Who's gonna do that? That's why they don't do that. And I landed with this one. Go and look at the Netflix with help me out with this night. It's the guy that owned Fox. I think it was Rupert Murdoch. And you look how he played his children like chess pieces. And he told them you have to meet these goals and all that within his company, because he knew with all that generation, we listened to the clip, because you give them too much, you're going to lose it all. But they know that they're going to get so old that they can't move. So they're going to let you do 50-50 custody with a person that's a drug addict, that's somebody that's homeless, don't have a place to stay. That doesn't make sense on any planet, but you got to D-Rock.
I'm saying you made that bed when you went in and had on the baby with somebody who was a dope head or lived under the attic. First of all, if you lived under the bridge, how did you even get some box, one, and how did you talk it into having unprotected sex?
Easy.
Like, I'm just saying, like, a lot of, I get what you're saying. Like, some people might not have nothing, but
you met a mental
half of nothing is nothing. So I mean, but you still got 50-50.
Yeah.
So then
man.
hold on, because then realistically, if you got 50-50 custody and you stand under the bridge, then you gonna have to look at yourself when you have custody of that child up under that bridge. Like, damn, this how we living over here.
Their mindset has not changed. People, watch this. I went to school and watch this. I was in AP class and accelerated class. They had the huts outside for other people. When we know that people learn at different levels and they levels of this, why would we take the child and make the child suffer? And I keep telling people, you got to love the children more than you hate each other. I know a guy that, and you know, I know plenty of people, but I say a judge. This guy, a Supreme Court judge, he took it and got on drugs. And guess what? He had everything. And guess what? He lost all of it. So you're going to give him 50-50 custody? I'm telling you, it's always going to be an area where people petition the court. So don't say that the person just met him, they was a certain way. The Joker, stuff happened. He got introduced to drugs and whatever. And then he ended up becoming a piece of shit. And I'm not putting my child in that situation. It's just because. No, man, I'm telling you, you always got a right to petition the court. And thank God for that. And I land the plane there.
And they'll always be in business. There you go. Family court. That's family court wrapped in a nutshell.
Man, we finna get up out of here. We've been streaming about 5 hours. We met the show goal. Appreciate that. We're gonna give our final words to the
Nation. Let's go
on the panel. Shout out to D-Rock. Shout out to my boy Stan Knight in the building. Who else came up? Chanel, Chocolate. Chanel, you down there? Hustling Muslim. She over there with that regular ass iPad.
I'm here. No need to fear.
You want to give your final thoughts, G?
Oh yeah.
Hustling Muslim.
Finished already? Okay. I'm here.
5
I'm here.
hours. 5 hours. And we did earlier show with LA. Yeah, it's time to go.
Oh yeah, I did tune in for that one. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Our longest show was 7 hours, so hey, I get it. But yeah, good show as always. Shout out to Drip Nation, no hesitation. This is better than any form of meditation. Yeah. Take care. I'm out.
Down, so social life.
Okay, shout out to Hustling Muslim. Who's let's see. Stan, you want to give your final thoughts, G? Then Night.
Yeah, that's cool, Drip. I appreciate you allowing me to come on the panel. And and I miss you. I missed the Drip Cord the other day. Man, by the time I got through, because you know I'm doing this renovation at the house, I was like, man, I want to go over there and do some clickety clack too. But but what I would say to people, and like my biggest theme on my stuff, right, is that you got to pause long enough and look back, right? And you know, step back and assess the situation, right? Hey, regulation, right? You got to always emotional awareness and emotional regulation. But I land the plane with this one. I give a way, not the way. Stop listening to people have no way. And that's why all this stuff goes circle. People don't want to come up with a resolution, but it's going to always, right? That's the thought. Now that some people corrupt, if we don't have the children, Drip, who's going to give us our medication? I'm telling you, they're going to always lean that way, right? The majority. And there's a reason for that. So with D-Rock, good to talk to you, brother. And good to see you again, man. But, hey, man, that's where it's going to go. And, yeah, the court system is not going anywhere, right? Because you should have the right, if something going on with, you know, the mother of your children, whatever, you should have the right to petition the court. Because if not, they just blankly and just give it to you and give it to her. And something's wrong, man. And I don't know how we get out of it, but we can mine through it later on. But thank you, Drip, Shanika, panel, and chat. Hey, man, this is the family. I'll talk to y'all soon. And you through.
That's a through. That's a bit. What's up, Knight? How you feeling, my boy?
It's always gonna be about the money, so them courts ain't never gonna shut down. And drugs, America's selling it to you. So I mean, dip die, so shall I.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Hey, that's what's up. Well,
He ain't lying. You know his famous line is, "They doing it in your
They
face."
do it in front of your face, man.
They doing it in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Drip.
Well, I know me for one. I'm glad to be back. You know what I'm saying with y'all. You know what I'm saying. We used to rock this thing out. I still been going back looking at old shows, old throwbacks. Man, we used to cook, and I actually miss having those conversations. But at the end of the day, I'm not here to debate with nobody. I just want to have a conversation. I can stand to be wrong.
No, for sure. Everybody can. That's for sure.
Yeah.
See, that's why I like the selection that be coming over here, because like for most part, niggas ain't tripping about understanding what it possibly could be, and actually like believing it, and like not just, you know, if you take an L, you take an L, you can learn from the L. Clearly, we can all learn from different shit, because we all got different opinions. So,
right,
I'll be with that type of shit.
Yep.
I fuck with it, D-Rock. I'm glad you're back too, boy.
For sure.
Yeah. What say you, Genesis?
She's not up here, but I'm sure she'll say.
Oh, she gone.
Hey,
She gone.
sugars.
What about you, Shanika? Yeah, my sugars, one of the two.
Right, bye, sugars. I think that it was definitely an interesting conversation. I do want to kind of dive into, Buddy a little bit more tomorrow, because we didn't get to that video, but
right, yes.
The other conversations definitely fire. I feel like some good shit came out. Definitely learned some things today about why pregnant women. Okay, anyway, so again, just to reiterate, we're not suggesting that anyone should be denied the opportunity to vote. That's never the case. Just, having that conversation. And I think that this is good, just so that we can all kind of get an understanding of how we think, and making sure that we bridging the gap to be all in the same accord, because whether you're married or not, we need to, definitely be doing what's best for the community and the kids. Like, the children are our future. Like, it's like it's I hate to sound cliche, but I mean, there's no other way to say that. Like, Stan was saying, who's gonna wipe your ass when you get old, or who's gonna be the president that's running this country and making the laws, and all this other stuff. So, we definitely need to be invested in our children, and we got to get our shit together before we can tell them to get their shit together. So I definitely appreciate these conversations for sure. Shout out to
hey, bro.
I'm gonna have a nurse with a BBL wiping my ass, not none of my kids. They got better stuff to do.
Well, be like,
that's still somebody else's children.
Right.
That's still somebody else's children.
Hey,
you want to make sure she's not
my problem.
You want to make sure she's not twerking on your face though, because you see when that one nurse got fired, or CNA baby, because she didn't.
I might not mind them twerking on my face though. I might not mind that. That sounds like it might be a pretty deep.
God.
My last
sheet.
Hey, Shanika, we're gonna give them to the homeless people and set them in the middle of nowhere, and then think they're gonna be able to get the certification. I like the way you think. Hey, bro, you have lost your mind. Them children would never get to that level if they was out there with somebody up on a goddamn bridge.
But
yeah, man. I miss y'all, man.
Person is in the middle of nowhere. I'm saying.
Yeah, but you gonna put the kid out there. You right. I'm correct. Hey, man, I know they're trying to close it out, man. Whenever Drip, you send the 411, I'll be there. But make sure you text me too. But the thing is, man, ain't nobody gonna be left, Drip. Ain't nobody gonna be left, bro. I'm telling you, let's play it 50-50. No matter what. So, hey, man, I miss y'all, man. And, man, it's been a while, man, because I've worked on this stuff and all that.
Nah, for sure. Get to it. Sicey Bomb say this is a very anti-American panel. She said this is a very red pill panel. Shiesty, get your ass out of here. That bullshit.
Shout out to everybody.
But nah, man. Shout out to everybody pulled up. Shout out to my boy D-Rock finding his way. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey,
Yes,
Drip, make
for
sure before you end, tell them you love the ladies. Go ahead and say it. Make sure you, because I don't know how we being anti or whatever in red pill. So you use your line
I don't
again
like Shiesty
before you
Mama.
close out.
For sure. Just a bit. Go ahead.
Just said she didn't lie.
Just Jay, you can get out too. Hell yeah, you ain't Shiesty. Go back down the yellow brick road. I ain't got time. Go ahead.
But shout out again to everybody that hit the pad, everybody that hit the panel, everybody that engaged in the chat, everybody that supported the show in their own way. Shout out to everybody that sent a super chat or a cash app, PayPal, or again, however you chose to support. Shout out to JD. Shout out to Romello. Shout out to Kojak. Shout out to Stan, the motherfucking man. Shout out to Jen, Sega Genesis. Shout out to Wody. Shout out to Big Rich, Big Dog BJ. Shout out to all the moderators showing up, showing out, as always, doing their thing.
Shout out to D-Rock too. D-Rock sent the cash app too.
Oh, okay, my bad. Shout
And
out
JD
to
sent the
D-Rock.
Apple Pay. Yeah.
Yes. Definitely appreciate all the love. Glad to have you back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Can't keep a real nigga down. That's just how that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Just a quick little stumble, but you know, you had to do the little fake out like you were playing basketball. Cause that's what niggas do when they trip. They act like they playing basketball and just, you know what I'm saying? Just
fake out.
right. Just come right back at it. So, you know what I'm saying? Definitely glad to have you
I was
back.
on
Shout out
TikTok
to
raising
Stan.
hell.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I'm about to go live
Shout out
after this.
Bet. Drop the you want to drop the link in the chat before you do it, if you got the link set up.
Hold on. I ain't got the link set up. Damn.
All right,
I'll put it in the drip. I'll put it in the drip cord.
Yeah, put it in the drip cord, man. Shout out to D-Rod. We're gonna go pull up on TikTok. If you ain't got a TikTok account, get you one. Shout out to everybody donated. Man, shout out just to the conversation, man. Like my boy Nighty say, shout out to the shout outs, man. Everybody coming through, everybody supporting Big Mod, Top Mod, Energy coming from Kojak and them. Happy birthday, Chocolate Foundation, and all that good stuff that's going on.
Happy birthday, Chuck.
Happy birthday.
Happy
So,
birthday.
Yeah, Emperor Coke
Shout out
with
to
the he put my link in there.
Yeah.
Come
They
on
got
now,
a
you
link.
know he finna show up and show out. Come
Oh,
through.
yeah, Kojak gonna handle business. Him and BJ and
Yeah,
Raj
Twitter.
and Cynical, they gonna handle business.
Yeah, I'm coming over there to wreck your panel now.
Ah!
You stayed away too long. But happy birthday, Chuck. Happy birthday, Chuck.
Chocolate or
Turn up, twerking on
I got a
the
dope
bed.
conversation, man. I got a dope conversation. I do want y'all input on it. It's called Is There Any Love for the Black Man?
Man, we're gonna be over there for the rest of the night, but it's cool. We'll rock out.
Yeah,
Come through, who you ask.
Shout out to that. We definitely coming through with the come through. Hit the link, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure.
Hold on, let me
Make sure y'all hit the Discord if y'all not already in there. That's how we stay connected when we not live. Cause y'all know it ain't no other way to access us. So come on through to the Discord. It's lit. That's where you get all the links to all the file content, dope conversations. Do go on in there. We cracking jokes, 411 video chat, playing video games. Playing the games, card games, whatever. Just come on through. Come on through.
Hey, somebody put the link again. Oh, never mind. I see it. I see it.
Child, waiting on Drip.
What?
Cause you
Wait,
ain't never
what?
set up the what do they call it? I don't want to say permissions, but I guess to set
What?
the mods in there and give out so that they could do stuff.
Okay.
Cause you can set mods in Discord. That way, like how last time when Buddy was in the wild and they don't always have to hit you up, they could do it themselves. Cause BJ and be on it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, make sure y'all hit that Discord. Kojak done already dropped the link in the chat. We stay lit. Same energy on this show, same energy in that Discord. That's something.
Yep. And I done put it in the Discord too.
Yes, yes. So it's sitting there. Make sure y'all pull up if y'all in on TikTok. Create an account. It's lit over there too.
Oh yeah, come through.
And they don't really like censor you too much on TikTok, or do they? I don't know.
They do. You can't be driving on there, and they got TikTok friendly words. Like when it comes down to speech, YouTube still got it. You know what I'm saying? They still got it better. But yeah, it's a few little rules on there, but I still like it better. You still get a different type of engagement, and you can control it. So.
Yeah, I've been in a few conversations on there. It is definitely a different vibe. So, fuck with TikTok for sure. Y'all make sure y'all pull up, drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? Hit the little heart, because I like to go in there and tap it like 100 times till the bar fill up. Like go on there and show some love.
Oh yeah, yep. And trust me, we appreciate it too, because man, some people don't come in and give you no engagement, but they'll sit there and listen to you all day long. So, but you know.
But yeah, it's been a good show though. Definitely appreciate rocking out.
It's been a great show.
Shout out to Drip. Shout out to Drip Nation. You know what I'm saying? That's how we doing it. Make sure y'all leave a super thanks if you're watching on the replay and made it all the way to the end. You can at least, you know what I'm saying, drop a comment. And that'll keep us in your algorithm.
For sure.
Drip, your final words, sir?
You through. I'm over here trying to log in to D-Rock shit. Hold on, I gotta verify shit for 1939. Okay, let me see. And boom, here we go. All right, I had to log in on my computer. I ain't never logged on my computer. Okay, I'm following that boy D-Rock. No love for the black man. I see. Yeah, there we go. Shanika ragged ass. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yep. Shanika and I see Shanika. Yeah. Okay, bet. So we gonna rock out with D-Rock. Y'all better tune in, man. Shout out to y'all. Damn, I left the screen. Shout out to y'all, man. For real. We through. Never trust a big button to smile. And like Stan said, we do love the ladies. I don't know what Shiesty Boy I'm talking about, but BJ, you're gonna have to give Shiesty some peen so she can calm down. Hold on, let me let Jen give her final words. Go ahead, Jen.
Oh, I just say, girl, that camera on.
Jen.
Oh, that naked.
What? Stop it. It just kicked me off. My battery died on my laptop. Sorry, y'all.
Appreciate
your final words.
Oh, by all means. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. Good night.
Did you hear D-Rock tell you appreciate the convo?
Did you hear me just say what I just said? Appreciate, you know what? Stay out of me and D-Rock conversation. He heard me. That's crazy work.
ABC yourself out of it.
What's your Yeesh. Okay, come on now. Just hit me with the egg rolls one good time before you leave.
That's so funny because I did it right before you said
it. Jen, we finna go to D-Rock TikTok. He going live. The topic is no love for the black man.
How you get over there? Where the link at?
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat and it's in the Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me go ahead over there then.
All right, y'all. We through.
All right.
See y'all tomorrow.
We got that work, we got that clips, I am your pusher. We got that good dope, we got that content, shout out to my plug, yeah, my plug. We got that work, we got that clips, I am your pusher. We got that good dope, we got that content, shout out to my plug, yeah, my plug. Shout out to Drip, he the man of the hour. We got the work, we got the clips, we got the power.